Rooftop Sports welcomes you to a special presentation of the National Football League. And good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports. I am going over Monday Night Football between the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are hosting, and the Cincinnati Bengals. And once again, good evening, Rooftop Sports here. And in case you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button. Donate to this channel as well to help grow this channel. And I am expecting my buddy Epic C Films to show up for this game. Hopefully he'll be here in moments time. I am expecting him. And I know, why would anyone care to log into a game like this? So here's the only reason why I care. And if it wasn't for it, then I definitely wouldn't have done it. So in my fantasy football team, I'm winning by around 19 points. But the thing is, Jacksonville's defense is going up against me in fantasy football. So that means, and also with the defense going up against Jake Browning, former Huskies quarterback, I would think that maybe this guy by the name of Puka-Chew, I choose you. Where does the Puka come from? That's his name. I'll show it to you right now. In a moment. Where's my screen layout? Okay, it's not working at the moment. There it is. So that's what I'm going up against. I got 138.1. I'm at 6-6. I have won 5 in a row. Could be 6 in a row by the end of this night. And then Puka-Chew, I choose you, who is now 7-5, 119.2. That's what he's got. And he's got at least one more guy. He's got Jacksonville's defense who could potentially do some damage. So it is a long shot for him to win this game, but you just never know. Anything could possibly happen where Jake Browning could just play like absolute butt, but you just never know. You can never predict anything, really. And once again, if you just joined this show, I am covering the Jacksonville Jaguars game between the Bengals and the Jaguars. So hopefully we will see how that goes. And I just lost the screen. Okay, no, I got it. I got to fix the screen right now. Still waiting for the Epic C Films to show up. Wonder where in the world he is. I guess we'll have to find out. All right, gotta get this. All right, went ahead and fixed the screen. And now here's Epic C Films. How are you doing today, Epic C Films?
I am doing good. I am doing great. How are you doing?
Right, not much. I'm just a little bit nervous with my fantasy football score. Actually, I want you to take a look at it and see what you think. Do you think that do I have a chance to win just by looking at that score? I'm up 138.1, 119, but he has Jacksonville's defense going up against the Cincinnati Bengals, and knowing the Cincinnati Bengals don't have Joe Burrow because he is out for the season. What are your thoughts on that?
If all they have left of it is a defense, the defense usually on average at best scores 10 points.
That's what he'll be starting with. So he'll have a head start, which means I'll have just a 9-point lead.
Well, no, right now you have more than 9-point lead. You have 20-point lead.
19-point lead, but when the game starts, you automatically start with 10 points.
Well, I think you start with 20, but the thing is that by the end of the game, usually a defense doesn't have more than 10 points.
No, you start with 10. You start with 10.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. But if he gets pick sixes and fumble sixes or anything like that, you just never know. And looks like the game is about to begin. So Let's get it going. And this show is brought to you by Modern Exterior Solutions. Here we go.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the...
And we are just about to begin. I had to end that ad really quick, and looks like they are just at their 24-yard line, and that's the Bengals who brought it out. They are wearing their white helmet. I like it when it's brown. So, yes, Jake Browning, quarterback, running back Joe Mixon, along with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. You got Tanner Hudson, tight end, Orlando Brown, Cordell Volson, Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, and Jonah Williams. They are the ones that are going to be on the offense for the game. We got Jake Browning, who is the quarterback. If you remember him, he was the former UW quarterback who helped get the University of Washington to the Final Four, if you remember that, back in 2016 season. Do you remember that? And that run to Joe Mixon, he gets in for 5 yards. Do you remember that?
Nope.
Oh, you don't remember UW making it to the Final Four?
Nope. I wasn't really that big into football back then in 2016. I wasn't really paying attention to it.
Except maybe the Seahawks.
Yep.
And now here is Jake Browning. He's had a 73% on his last game outing. Bengals are still hanging it somewhat at 5-6. You got the Jacksonville Jaguars at 8-3. And now here's Browning. He gives it off to the running back, and that's going to be at least a couple yards on that one. So what are your thoughts? Like, do you think Cincinnati has any kind of a chance to win this game, or do you think it's going to be all Jacksonville, who's 8-3, and they've been having a fantastic season under Trevor Lawrence?
I think everybody has a chance to win at the end of the day. I think everybody does. And so for me, I don't count anybody out.
So you never count anyone out, even with the odds stacked up against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, because Trevor Lawrence is a decent quarterback, but he's had periods where he's not great. And so that he's getting better, the team's getting better, and stuff like that.
Now here's Jake Browning with the pass, and that's going to be, I think that's going to be a first down. They may break the plane for that one. They are still conversing. Nope, I think he's still down. No, he's got it, first down. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Looks like they are moving the ball just a little bit. Looks like they're doing a hurry-up offense because they want to throw Jacksonville off course. Here's Jake Browning, and here's setting the pass, and he's going to make a pass, and that is caught, and that is going to go down for maybe a few, and that is intended for Tyler Boyd. And looks like there's some conversation going on between the Bengals and the Jaguars, and there are some flags out there, so we'll see what the flags are all about. Maybe some unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness. Personal fouls on the defense, so that means it's going to be a first down, automatic first down. So the Jacksonville Jaguar, and yep, that was a face mask where he just took his helmet off, hence why Tyler Boyd did react with some trash talking, and then, yep, that's what happens in the game of football. It's a very emotional game.
Mm-hmm.
Got 13 minutes left in the quarter. 17 seconds on the play clock. And now here is Jake Browning. We've got Boyd and man in motion. And here's Browning. And that is going to be a little pass to number 1, Jamar Chase, but not going to be much at all. Actually, that's worse. They actually lost yards on that play. And here's the defense. They got defensive coordinator Mike Caldwell. I wonder if he's related to Andre Caldwell and all those other Caldwells in football. Got 15 seconds left on the play clock. It is a 2nd and 13. So on that last play, they did lose 3 yards on that play. Now here's Browning, gives it off to the running back, and he at least gets a few to make up for some of that loss, but that's going to probably be down to a 2nd and 8 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, based on your prediction, who do you expect to win? Like, I honestly expect the Jacksonville Jaguars to go big and win in a complete convincing blowout, and it could actually put my fantasy football team in danger.
I think the Jaguars are going to do well, but I think it's going to be within a 10-point game.
So you don't think it's going to be like, since you don't think Jacksonville's defense is going to go off?
I don't think they're going to have a huge night, but I think it's going to still be a close game. I think
Now we're at 3rd and 7 for Jake Browning. He's got to get this, or else they are going to be forced to punt. And here's Browning the pass, and that's going to be caught by Jamar Chase, but that's not going to get anything done, and that's going to be 4th down. And I believe they are going to have to punt, so nothing's going to happen. Not good for me because I need Cincinnati to do something. So that's why I'm a little bit nervous, despite being up 8-19. But I need Cincinnati to actually perform in some way. Right now, it's 138.1 to 129.2. And actually, they are going to go for it on 4th down. I thought they were going to punt or maybe go for a field goal on this. And now here is a 4th and 3. Jake Browning, here it is. And he's going to pass. He has time. And now he's all of a sudden overwhelmed. And he's going to go down with a sack. And that's going to leave Bengals with nothing. Jacksonville with the sack after that was gone for 4th down. And now the offense has the ball, which also means 2 points for that guy. He is now down by just 8. This is I'm getting a little bit nervous, man. I think I might actually lose this game.
Don't be nervous. We'll do fine.
No, I don't know. I who knows? I'm gonna have a chat with this guy. And now that's going to be back on commercial break, and I might as well play that commercial of mine.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We are proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And shout out to Modern Exterior Solutions for being a very loyal sponsor to this show. So how do you feel about this game so far, Epic Sea Films?
I feel good.
Do you think that...
Well, at the end of the day... What?
Because Bengals defense is now on pace to actually... They have 11 points so far.
Yeah, but... So to me, this game means nothing. It means daily squad. If you win, you lose. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's just fantasy sports. And to me, at the end of the day, it's like whoever wins, they're all AFC teams.
Well, you're losing this week.
Yeah, but do you want the AFC? Do you want Cincinnati to be in the playoffs, or do you want Cincinnati to be knocked out of the playoffs? That's pretty much what you're basically.
As a Browns fan, I want Cincinnati. So I want Jacksonville to win this one.
But to me, I don't care because I don't really root for the AFC much. I don't really care much. It doesn't matter. There's only a couple of teams in the AFC I hate. I don't hate these 2 teams. So to me, it doesn't matter.
In the AFC,
Steelers.
Is it because of Super Bowl 40?
That's part of it because of the Super Bowl.
It wasn't because of the refs.
It's just because we lost to the Steelers.
Trevor Lawrence. That was their own fault. And here is Lawrence. He's got no running back with him, and he is going to pass. Got some good protection, and here is a big throw, and that is caught, and he was wide open. And now they are already in the red zone for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And looks like number 13 is shaken up. He did land in a very awkward position. Hopefully he is okay. But that was a great pass by Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has been one of the rising quarterbacks in the NFL. Definitely want to take a look at his stats when I get the opportunity. Trevor.
And another team I don't like in the AFC is I don't like the Bills.
I don't check because you think they're overrated.
I think people have overrated them so much, and they're finally realizing that the Bills were just like on a high, and they weren't really as good as they expected because they never looked at their stats. Like I like Baltimore so much better. I think they gave Lamar Jackson too much flack, and now Lamar Jackson, people are praising Lamar Jackson. They should have been saying he was good before, and they're like, "Oh no, Josh Allen's supposed to be this amazing quarterback. I'm like, they're just praising him over his size. I did not like that.
Trevor Lawrence worked with a 3-14 season. Then he went to 9-8 and now 8-3. And looks like we are going to commercial break again due to that injury.
Yeah. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars story. I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he just got screwed over by his first coach.
What, Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
You think that's because he had Urban Meyer and he was a terrible coach.
Yes. Just like Russell Wilson got screwed over by his coach.
Nathaniel
Nathaniel Hackett should not be a head coach ever again.
I guess so.
It'll be years before you ever can make that up. Unless he does something, and I think he was in the Jets now. Unless he does something with the Jets are so bad that he's never going to get a head coaching job again. Would you ever hire him again?
Hire who?
Nathaniel Hackett?
No, of course not. Absolutely not.
He's so bad.
Because he had that terrible. Remember where he didn't even call a timeout?
Oh, no, the worst one was who kicked a 63-yard field goal to win a game?
Nathaniel Hackett.
I know, and like most people would have just went for it. You had 5 yards. Russell had to go 5 yards. Could Russell at that time run 5 yards for you to get a first down?
He could have. He could have done something.
I know. You didn't want to even put it in Russell's hands. That's how bad it was.
It really was bad.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like that's what this game could be, but I just decided to do it. I really thought of not doing it because I have some other content to work on, but I wanted to have some kind of live opportunity.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's see. That's one thing I like to look at. So do you see how many teams that are now like in the playoff hunt in the playoffs picture?
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah.
Because there's a lot to talk about with that. Let's see. Playoff picture. Do you want to do AFC first or NFC? We're watching the AFC games, so maybe we should do the AFC first.
Let's do the AFC first. But now we are back from the break, and number 13 of Jacksonville, that is Christian Kirk. He's a second-round pick by the Cardinals in 2018. He has shaken up, so hopefully he is A-okay. But yeah, everything is weird in that division or in the conference. But now here is Trevor Lawrence. He still has got it. Christian Kirk has been one of the decent receivers for Jacksonville. 1st and 10 for Trevor Lawrence. He fakes the handoff, and now it's going to be to number 0. And now he's going to go for that big run. That might be a holding call on that. I don't know, but that's going to be a first down for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So who do you prefer to win? You prefer Jacksonville or I'm a Browns fan, so I'm going to prefer the Jaguars to win.
Well, so here's my thing. Teams 1 through 4. If I look at teams 1 through 4, which is the Dolphins, the Ravens, Jaguars, I don't hate any of those teams. Because I don't dislike those teams, it doesn't matter which order they end up in.
Gotcha. And now here is a 1st and 10, and here is Trevor Lawrence, gives it to his running back, and that's going to get at least a few yards on that one, and that's going to be at least a 2nd and 7. Mm-hmm. For the offense, we've got Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne Jr., can't even say his name, Calvin Ridley, Tim Jones, Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, Walter Little, Urza Cleveland, Luke Fortner, Brandon Sheriff, and Anton Harrison. Offensive coordinator is Press Taylor. Much better coaching staff that the Jacksonville Jaguars had than they had a couple years ago with the disastrous Urban Meyer. And now we're looking at a 2nd and 6 for Jacksonville. Here's Lawrence, gives it to a quick pass to Ridley, and that's going to at least maybe a couple yards, so that will make it a 3rd and 4. Now we're looking at 3rd down. Jacksonville has got to get something done, but who knows if they're going to. 3rd and 4 for Jacksonville. Jacksonville is 8-3, one of the top teams in the AFC, along with the Bengals at 5 and 6. Imagine if Jacksonville wins the Super Bowl. And now here is a 3rd and 4. It looks like that was nearly a jump. Trevor Lawrence looks like calling an audible on this one. And here's Lawrence looking to pass, and he is getting a little bit, and he is going on the run, and I don't think he's going to get a first down on this. Nope, that's not going to be a first down, and now you're going to be forced to kick the field goal.
Well, you're not forced to kick the field goal. You can always go for it.
I think they're going to kick the field goal. I think they're going to play it safe.
Go
because
for it.
No, because I think the Bengals defense, they're not going to do anything. And there's no way that's a
Go
first down
for it.
anyway.
4th and 1. It's only 4th and 1. Go for it.
They're going for it. How about
I called it.
they're going for it on 4th down for Jacksonville.
I told you. I can predict these things.
I think they're going to do the run, but they're going to try to push everything forward so they can give it to the running back so he can get through it. And Trevor Lawrence, he sneaks it for himself, and that's going to be a first down.
Mm.
And just
when you're that close, and would you mind giving them field position at the 4-yard line? You wouldn't mind our 5-yard line.
That would have been a pretty good field position against the Cincinnati Bengals in favor of Jacksonville.
So the odds were in their favor to go for it. Like, what do they have to lose besides 3 points?
Especially when Bengals have absolutely no offense either.
Yeah.
And now here is Trevor Lawrence at a 1st and goal.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Trevor Lawrence. He's going to run and flicks it, and now that's going to go in there for the touchdown for Jacksonville. Yeah. And that is, I can't even say his name. I'm going to say Etney Jr. Someone just correct that for me. He looked like he was going to run, then he did that speed option thing, and now that's a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence, if you look in the replay, there was a good block by number 17 and gave it to the running back, and that became a touchdown for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And the kick is up, and it is good. And now let's talk about the playoff picture, shall we? Since we are getting close to that part of the season. Yeah. All right, here we are. Number 1 seed right now belongs to Miami. They are 9-3. And that means if the playoffs began today, they would get a bye week. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens. They are now also 9-3. They have a bye week, or they had a bye week. Number 3 is now Jacksonville. So if Jacksonville can be 9-3, I think they said that Jacksonville could be leading the entire conference due to conference records on tiebreakers. Number 4, the Chiefs. They do lead the division, but they are certainly not the same team as they were last season. Number 5, you got the quarterback-less Steelers at 7-5. The Colts, surprisingly, at 7-5. I didn't even expect that. And then number 7, the Cleveland Browns. But Browns have company because you know who they have? They got the Houston Texans, Denver Broncos, still the Buffalo Bills, possibly Jacksonville. But who do you think? Okay, let's go over the teams. Chiefs, we know that Miami has a good shot. Baltimore has a good shot. Jacksonville has a good shot. Chiefs have a good shot by default because of crappy division. But Pittsburgh, do you see the Pittsburgh pulling it out to make the playoffs?
I don't see
no
Pittsburgh.
Quarterback.
Don't they have Kenny Pickett?
Do they have Kenny Pickett? No, Kenny Pickett's injured. And hello, Cowboy Liam. He's the Cowboys' #1 fan from my YouTube.
So the Steelers, for me, one thing I see with the Steelers is that I don't think the Steelers are that good. They're not a high-scoring offensive team. And the thing about it is, if you can't sustainably score like 20 points, if you can't score at least 25 points a game on average, how many games are you really going to win? And the Steelers, if you look at a lot of their games, they barely just won. I know, like that, they won some games with that, but like, how much does a quarterback make a difference and stuff like that? Because a lot of teams have some good backup quarterbacks. Like, look at the Browns this year. They've had 4 different quarterbacks and won 7 games. So you should make an argument that, okay, a quarterback, like, you can't win without your main quarterback, because you can still win without your main quarterback. I'm just thinking, like, I see them as a team where, like, they're not a high offensive team, and
but they have good defense and they have an okay running game at least.
Yeah, but I feel like if your running game is just okay, if it's not excellent, then you're not going to slow the clock down a lot. You need good passing, and if you don't have great passing, you can't. How are you going to catch up scoring really quickly if another team is just like running through your defense like crazy?
And now here is a kick, and that was a pretty weak kick, and now that's going to get at least beyond the touchback, and that's going to be a big run for the Bengals. I was hoping that the Bengals scored on that because that would have been That would have taken points away from Jacksonville's defense.
Yeah.
But looks like there's a flag, and looks like I think that may come back. We'll just have to see what it is.
Yeah.
Yep, receiving team. So that means Bengals are going to, yes, they have the first down, but it's going to be half the distance, it looks like. Roger Goodell vibing with the people in Jacksonville.
So
Interesting.
Let's see. Who do the Steelers have left in their season to play?
And now we have a 1st and 10. Got a man in motion, Jake Browning. Hopefully he's going to get some of the offense going for the Cincinnati Bengals. And now here is Browning looking to pass, and he's got it to Jamar Chase. Only a couple of yards, though, so that's not going to be much. And after this commercial break, let's take a look at the fantasy football scores, shall we?
The Steelers have a pretty easy schedule left.
They do? How about the Browns? Look at the Browns when you get the opportunity.
Yeah,
2nd and 8 for Jacksonville. Jamar Chase has 3 targets, 3 receptions for 3 yards. How perfect lined up is that?
Yeah, but we'll look at this. The Steelers played next. They played the New England Patriots. Then they go to Indianapolis Colts, and then they played the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Bengals and the Colts play Steelers.
Browning's 5 for 5. Doesn't really have much yards, but here's Browning looking to pass. Already overwhelmed. Screen passes it to Mixon, and Mixon's going on for a breakthrough, and he's going at least more, getting into the close to the 50. What a long run by Mixon. It was a good screen pass. Something Geno Smith should have done against the Cowboys. Oh, but I don't have an offensive line. Oh. Could have screen passed it to Charbonnet. See, that's what you do when you don't have an offensive line. You do those little screen passes. You get what I mean, man? Exactly. That's why Geno Smith is a bum.
Well, I see some of these big games. Like in a couple of weeks, it's like there's gonna be some big games. Like
we got a 1st and 10. 5 minutes left in this quarter. And now here is Mixon with the ball. Actually, that's number 30. And he's going for another big breakaway. And that's going to be another first down for Cincinnati. So it looks like it's that running game that's going to get them going.
You know what it could set up at the end of the game? The end of the season could be the final game of the season. Could be a Steelers versus it could be Browns versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati and Browns play the last week of the season.
So there could be some playoff implications on that too, depending how everything goes. But right now, the Browns don't even have a quarterback. All they got is Joe Flacco, but everyone knows that Joe Flacco is a bit over the hill.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco's not horrible. They played good for 3 quarters, and like if they can fix a couple things, they might improve.
1st and 10.
Yeah.
And now here's Browning. He's going to pass to Jamar Chase. They're really going with a very steady approach on the offense because you don't have Joe Burrow. So when you're left with just Jake Browning, you really got to just keep running that ball and do short passes. Mm-hmm. But at some point, you would think that Jacksonville is going to figure that out by then.
But the Browns have a couple easy games. Like they should. Could they beat off Chicago and could they beat the Jets? They can beat the Jets in Chicago. That's at least
Jets have really good defense though.
But could they beat Houston? It's like. If they can beat those teams,
they won't beat Houston. 2nd and 6. Jake Browning's perfect so far. 7 of 7 for 41 yards. Much of that was on that screen pass. And now here is number 1. And looks like he's going to throw forward. And Jake Browning's going to go down. There was no way Jake Browning could have done another forward pass. But if you were in the XFL, you could do 2 forward passes. Am I correct?
There's some weird rule like that, yeah. But the XFL is now merging with the USFL, and they're becoming one league, and they only took their 4 teams from each league, and they're making it an 8-team league together, and they're starting in the last weekend of March.
Wait, they're still doing an 8-team league. They're not merging it into a 16?
No.
So some teams actually folded.
Yeah, the Seattle team, one of the reasons why it folded was the games were on Thursday nights because of soccer and because they were travel time.
3rd and 13. And now here's Browning, gives it to number 1, and that's going to be not much for Jamar Chase. Wait, so Seattle Dragons are gone now?
Yeah, they're gone.
What?
They're gone. Yeah. And 3 of the teams in the league are basically like Texas teams. It's like San Antonio, Arlington, and
No,
Houston.
Dragons are still here. It's 2023 to the present.
But they're gone.
What do you mean they're
Not going to be there
gone?
in 2020 because the 2024 season, they're not around. The leagues are merging. The next season's in 2024.
I'll read the reports. And now they're going for the field goal. And it's going to be a 57-yard attempt, so it's not a really good attempt it's going to be. And here is the kick, and that is actually looking pretty good. And nope, that is not good. I thought that was good. They just missed that kick. Wow. I mean, what did you expect, right?
Yeah. But look
okay,
at these
I'll read it. 2024 XFL season. Yeah, Seattle Dragons are here. What are you talking about? No, Seattle Dragons survive.
They didn't survive. There's no 2024 XFL season. Those tickets are have to be refunded, and they're talking about the merger that's coming in March. They thought they were going to have a season, and all of a sudden they merged.
Okay, let me look. We got on September 28, 2023, USFL, XFL announced their intent to merge the two leagues. In a separate statement, XFL president Russ Brandon indicated that the league operations would continue unaffected until the deal closes and regulators approved the merger, that all contracts with the league would be honored. On November 30th, 2023, Garcia announced via her Instagram page that the league has received regulatory approval for the merger, and we're finalizing plans for a combined season. So they're combining with the USFL. Oh. So Seattle Dragons is gone.
Yeah, they're only taking 8 teams. They're taking 4 from 4. So like it was like Arlington, San Antonio, and I think it was like the St. Louis. Those are the teams.
St. Louis didn't even survive.
Oh, I remember there's a list of teams that survived, but it was like,
hold on, this is confusing. I gotta see what's going on. XFL 2024.
Yeah,
they're merging as of 3 days ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many teams will be in the USFL? There's 8 teams only, 4 from each league. I'm wondering what rules are going to go with, too.
Well, there's not going to be much to watch anymore since Seattle doesn't have a team anymore.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Because it's because of travel time and because our games were on Thursday nights. Even though our city had one of the best attendances.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's just because we're the outlier area. If we were more centrally located, they would have took us.
We got Trevor Lawrence. We got the man in motion. And it's a 1st and 10. And here's Lawrence. He's got time to pass. And he's going for the big one. And is that going to be caught? And that is incomplete. Good defensive play by the Bengals, assuming that there's no flags. Oh, Liam, you didn't have to do that. But I'll take it. And thanks for taking the time to be a part of the show.
So from the XFL, they're taking Arlington, San Antonio, St. Louis, and Washington D.C. And then from the USFL, they're taking Houston, Birmingham, Michigan, and Memphis.
We've got
yeah.
Here's Trevor Lawrence. He's going to pass, and that is to number 11, and he does get some yards on that. It's going to be about 5 yards. Jacksonville still has 11 points.
So you know what's interesting is because Vegas couldn't get their act together and survive because they were having like scheduling issues. They couldn't get a stadium, like a good stadium deal going for scheduling issues. Basically, Vegas screwed over Seattle.
Wow.
That's another reason. You could say
that's tragic.
Yeah.
And now here is a 3rd and 4. Here's Trevor Lawrence going to pass. and that is incomplete, and that's going to be now a 4th down. There's no reason to go for it on 4th down. I have a feeling this is going to be a really boring game. Hence why the very small viewership. We were kind of anticipating this, but we only did this for like literally one reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you think of that weird league? It's like 3 Texas teams, a team of St. Louis, a team of Washington, D.C.
And now it's going to be the punt. A very smooth punt. It's going all the way to the 10, and they're going to fair catch that one. So not great field position for the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals have got to find a way to survive. Now, you ready to go over our fantasy? Or no, I think, okay, let's go over the fantasy football team, shall we? All right, so we've got Rooftop Korean at 6-6, leading 138.1 to 130.2 against Pikachu, I Choose You. Who do you think wins that one?
Well, do I really care?
No, I just want I know you don't, but just give me a prediction just based on what's going on. Okay, never mind. Now it is 1st and 10, a minute 16 left on this quarter.
Yeah, well, let me see the scoreboards. Okay.
1st and 10.
Based on the thing.
Hold on. 12 seconds left on the play clock. Jake Browning trying to make something happen. He tosses it to number 30, and he gets some open lanes, and nope, that's not going to be a 1st down, but that was still a good run by the Bengals. The Bengals are trying to scheme their way out of this because clearly the talent and the personnel level is not the same as it is for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now we're looking at 2nd down. Jake Browning is, as of now, perfect in his passes, but his deepest completion is only 4 yards. They've really been playing the short game, but they have really got to make some impact, and they got to make an impact play. 2nd and 2. It's amazing that it's only 7-0. It really should be 14-0 Jacksonville. And here's 2nd and 2. Gives it to number 30, and he is immediately stopped. They really saw that running as they saw that going. So now they are going to be left with 3rd down and about maybe 5 or 6 in my opinion. But if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm not feeling good about this. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. I'm still up by barely 8 points. And here is a 3rd and 4. Clock is going down. They want to get a play. And they're just going to let the clock roll. And it's going to be the end of the quarter. All right, so let's take a look at the score. 138.1 to 130.2. Who do you think has that?
I think you're going to win because defenses don't hold out that many points.
What if they throw like pick sixes or fumble sixes?
No, because let's see. Because you look at like just every player in general, and you look at the average. Let me see here. Because the average player, I know this for a fact, is not going to get you that. Like the average defense doesn't give you that many points. So let's do all. I'm looking at the stats here. Let's go to defenses. Okay. The best defense on average is the Cowboys defense. They average 11.9. Do you expect your defense to score 20 points when the top average defense scores 11.9?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're safe. You're definitely safe. The next best defense is the Ravens, which is 10.8. So I don't think you have nothing to worry about. I don't know why you're so scared. That must be some good food. Yeah. So that's just me.
All right, here's the next one. Bella, check yourself against Seattle Water Bottles. Now we know that Water Bottles is notorious for not even checking his team. He is actually up by 3 points, but Bella, check yourself has 2 players today. Let's take a look and see who he's got. They should be able to win. We've got Trevor Lawrence. Oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence is going to win that one. They're going to win because he has Trevor Lawrence as quarterback. That's all he really needs to win that game.
Yeah, he already has 1.8 points. Trevor Lawrence.
He'll be fine.
And he has the guy who just scored a touchdown.
Oh, he did.
Travis. So, but still, it's like looking at there. It's like you expect him to not get 3 more points out of those 2 guys.
No, you got to get those 3 points easily.
Yeah.
Jake Browning's career, they're going to take a look at. So in Set high school record, 229 touchdown passes in Folsom, basically from Sacramento, winning as quarterback in Pac-12 history with 39 wins with the Washington Huskies, went undrafted, then joined the Bengals in 2021 as a backup quarterback. He was part of the Vikings from 2019 to 2021 as an undrafted, and now he's the starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. He is 8 for 8 with 45 yards so far. And here's Jake Browning looking to pass. And here is the pass. And that is wide open. And it is caught by Jamar Chase. 1st and 10. What a pass by, it was a very soft pass, but Jamar Chase was the one that made the effort to make that catch. Fantastic route running.
I'm telling you, I could see Cincinnati winning this game.
You really think so, huh?
I have a thing in my inkling where like I could see them pulling off something here because I feel like I think that like people are
First
I think
and
Jacksonville
10
might underestimate them
on the Bengals 29, and here is a fake handoff. Here's Browning with the pass, and that is caught by number 16, and he gets out of bounds, and that's going to be another 1st down, and that was by Irwin, and looks like they are driving the ball just a bit, and that breaks Jake Browning's record in longest passes. It was 4 yards. Now he got at least 10 on those.
Yeah, and that's the other thing what the people don't realize about this. Like, you have to be at a certain level just to be a quarterback in the NFL. You can't be that horrible to be a quarterback in the NFL. You have to have some ability to pass the ball and to hand off the ball to other people and be able to withstand some tackles.
Browning is now 10 for 10 with 87 yards. Another fake handoff, and here's Browning going for that short pass, and that is incomplete. Drop by Tyler Boyd.
But that's his first incomplete pass all night long. He's like a 90% passer rating.
And you can't run the ball all night long either.
Yeah.
That's his first incompletion, by the way.
But that was on the player's fault, not on his fault.
Yeah, Browning's been doing pretty well so far, considering the limitations that he does have.
Yeah.
Browning was a long-time quarterback.
The other thing that people don't think about is when you're a quarterback and you're supposed to be the next guy up, the problem is how often you get to practice with the team.
Second and 10. And here's Browning with the pass, and that is caught by 87, and he is still running, and it's down to the 20. Bengals are now driving the ball. Nice pass by Jake. He's really getting a little bit more aggressive. I do like this, what I'm seeing out of Jake Browning. And it's not just because I'm saying this just because Jacksonville's defense is going against me. It's not like that. It's not that, right? Right? Do you agree with me? Or am I lying?
No, I'm seeing Browning's doing a good job. And like I was saying earlier, the thing about is when you come off the bench, there's kind of like this thing. It's like if you haven't played like that season and haven't gotten the rhythm of like what a real game is like, because like someone say a real NFL game is different than a college game, and the whole thing is that the speed of the game, it's like if you're not used to that speed playing every week, you sometimes get out of a rhythm, and so it takes you a while to get back to that rhythm and be ready to be aggressive. Like he took short passes to get comfortable before he able to take the longer passes. Look at last year with Geno Smith. He wasn't as risky as he was this year with some of the passes he took because he wanted to be more accurate and show that he could do something correct. Now that he's more comfortable, his numbers went down because he's being more aggressive.
Right. Jake Browning, if you're wondering who he is, he took over for the injured Joe Burrow, so he is the quarterback for the rest of the season. Hopefully he can make something happen for the Bengals. And now it's a 1st and 10. He hands it off. No, it's a fake handoff, and that is caught. And that's going to be another 1st down for the Bengals, and they are just driving up the field on this. And that was
I have a good question.
Higgins.
Would you rather have Jake Browning as your quarterback or Joe Flacco?
Jake Browning because of the youth.
Okay.
But Joe Flacco does have the experience.
Yeah.
But Flacco didn't really do much either.
Mm-hmm.
Flacco has a lot of limitations now.
Mm-hmm.
But he was an average quarterback at best. And now here is a 1st and goal. Got 10 seconds left on the play clock. Man in motion, that's Jamar Chase. And now here is Browning, hands it off to Joe Mixon, and does that get in for the touchdown? It looks like he's in for the touchdown, and touchdown Bengals. And look at that dancing they're doing there. It's pretty cheesy. Look, you see that dance? Doesn't that make you cringe? What a run by Joe Mixon. And did he even touch the ground? His knee never even touched the ground. Unbelievable. That was a great concentration by Joe Mixon, being able to just withstand that. Like he really did put his strength in there. And now we have a tie game.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, who does that help?
You.
Yep.
I told you Cincinnati could win this game, and
And now I'm up by 12 points.
Because here's the question you have to think about to yourself. If a team is good, why do we put so much emphasis on the quarterback when it's a team sport? You're saying, oh, your quarterback gets injured. You're saying your team's not good enough to still win games because your quarterback's injured, and you're trying to put all the things on it. Like, is it just a Joe Burrow team? It's like
a Jamar Chase team. It's a Joe Mixon team. It's a defensive team. It's a coach's team.
Yeah. And so at the end of the day, it's like, do you have enough pieces on your team? Because think about it. Everybody keeps talking about, okay, you have to have this this quarterback makes the team. Like, not necessarily. Like, look at the Seahawks for 3 years. Some people would argue the defense is what won us those games. Was it really Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson had a contribution to that, but without the good defense, would Russell also be in those situations to actually have a chance to win those games? So depending on what you think about, it's like there's so many pieces that go into a team that and what pieces are really changeable. Like, is a quarterback a piece that you can really interchange? Like they say nowadays, running backs is a position you can interchange, and it doesn't make any difference. And I've seen that so many times where any one of your running backs could step in.
You still need the quarterback, because not only are you just throwing it, it's also about being a leader.
Yeah, but it's just the thing about it. It's like but there's multiple players who can be leaders. They just might lead a little differently. But it's like, because at the end of the day, it's like the only thing is like you might be less comfortable with like the passing to your wide receivers or tight ends as much because you're newer to the rhythm of the game or haven't done it as much. But at the end of the day, it's like, could you plop anybody in and work? If we went in and dropped in like Drew Lock, will we win as many games? Maybe not.
C Films, are you going to be home for New Year's?
No.
Oh, because I'm going to cover the Huskies game.
Okay.
Because they're playing on New Year's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm going to stick to my stomach about what happened with the 4 teams they let in.
Yeah. It's now I think Washington's now number 2, right?
Yeah, Washington's number 2. And look at what I just think that it was so messed up they didn't put Florida State in.
Yeah, that's why people want a 6-team playoff or 8-team playoff.
No matter how big you make the playoffs, there's going to be some sort of argument. I know in there's like a 72, I think, for what they do. Was it like 72 or 76 is what they do for basketball? There's still a bit argument with that, but at the end of the day, most people are not as upset with that one.
Because there's a lot of teams out there.
Yeah. So I think because the only way to make it fair would be like you took every conference division winner. So you have to take every conference division winner.
I think I like that idea. I think that's a much better. Don't you think that's a better idea? Like conference winners should do it.
Yeah. So I think everyone who wins their conference championship should automatically get a bid into it.
How many conferences are there though? There's a lot of conferences.
Not technically in college football as there is in college basketball, because the Division Ones that are going up against it are like half as many conferences.
And now here is the kick, and that's going to go back to Jacksonville, and that's going to go all the way to the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah.
Jacksonville hunt for the number 1 seed, which they are trying to do right now. As of now, for the remaining schedule, they got the Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers, and the Tennessee Titans. They have a pretty easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
They could easily get to they could end their season at 13-4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Ravens are their hardest game, and I could see them lose potentially 3 games and win the other 3 games, so they could at least have 3 more wins, which would make them they're at 8 right now, 11-win team.
First and 10, and here's Trevor
11.
Lawrence with the fake, and he's going for the pass, and that is caught by number 89, I believe, and that should be a first down for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now we're looking at a second down. Actually, that's not a first down, it's a second down. I lied. I lie all the time, don't I? It's still 7-7. Bengals are 5-6. Jacksonville is now 8-3. And it's a 2nd and 1. And here is Trevor Lawrence. He hands it off to number 1, and that's going to be a first down for Jacksonville. Honestly, you want to know something that will really upset you?
What?
Okay, actually, do you know much about the college quarterbacks? Like Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels and Michael Penix Jr.?
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick I don't like Michael Penix. I don't think I would choose him to be the quarterback. As much as he has the UW thing, winner? I'm not going to choose him.
Well,
and here is a handoff to number 25. He gets some hole, and that's going to be about 5 yards.
Yeah. The whole thing with Michael Penix,
I think I'll take Jaden Daniels. I think Jaden Daniels is who I would pick.
I looked at their stats, and the person who had the best stats is Bo Nix. Hands down, he has the best.
Bo Nix is a little bit older though, so I think I'm on the Jaden Daniels.
But the thing about Bo Nix is that of the 3 of the, I think it was 4 of the 5 main stats or something like that, or 3 of the 4 main stats. I think it was 3 of the 4 main stats. Bo Nix wins over Jaden McDaniels.
It's a 2nd and 6 so far.
Yeah. Like passer percentage rating and all, like percentage, all this other stuff. Like the only thing that I think Jaden McDaniels had was more touchdowns.
3 seconds left on the play clock, and the clock is running down. Gets it off in time, and here's Trevor Lawrence with that pass to number 17, and he gets a big one, and that's going to be in Jacksonville territory for the first down for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like we got a holding call against the Jacksonville Jaguars, so that one is coming back.
And here's the interesting thing. The argument I make is that Jaden McDaniels had more losses. He didn't even play in their conference championship game. Should he even be considered one of the greatest quarterbacks? Because what is it Heisman Trophy? Is it just the best player in general, or is it the best player? Is the team with the best player? Because if you did the team with the best player, you'd have to take Michigan's best player on Michigan. But if your argument is just the best player in general in college football, then the one who has the best overall stats, I would say, is Bo Nix.
2nd and 14 for Jacksonville, and he's looking to pass, and here's a nice one, and that's going to be caught, but that will basically bring it back. So we're looking at maybe a 3rd and 6, I think.
Yeah.
We're looking at 3rd down so far. 3rd and 6 for Jacksonville. Evan Ingram. Hey, remember when Tim Tebow tried to be a tight end, and that was a complete disaster?
Yeah. So I looked up the college football thing for Division 1A. So Division 1A, there is 10 conferences, but one of them is the Pac, and they're basically defuncting. So there would only be 9 conferences. So if you took all the conferences,
oh, there's a jump right there, and that's a neutral zone infraction, and that is going to be not a first down, but at least 5 yards. So let's take a look and see what the referees say on this one. Yep.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Having every conference champion, because there's only 9 conferences at the end of the day, because the 10th one's defuncting unless they branch them into just 2 and they keep 10. There'd be either 10 or 9 down in the hit for college.
It is still 7-7 so far. Yeah. 3rd and 1 for Jacksonville. Third and 1. Looks like Bengals are planning for a possible blitz, I believe. No blitz on that one, and that's going to be a first down for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm. So a 16 playoff could almost work because you'd have 9 conference champions, and then you would have 7 like basically wild card spots, or just like
1st and 10. They are closing into Cincinnati's territory.
yeah.
And now here's the handoff to the running back, and he gets a big hole, and that's number 1, and he gets there for a first down.
Do you think the NFL should move to a 16-team playoff?
No, just leave it.
You think 14 is good?
14 is overkill, in my opinion.
You want to go back to the 12?
Yes, I like the 12, and I want the 16-game format back.
I like the 17 games.
In the 1st and 10.
I like the 14 playoff.
And that's going to be not a big run on that one. So we're looking at a 2nd and 8.
Mm-hmm. I think 14 kind of works because like it gives an incentive to one team to try to be number 1. I think if you go to 16, what's the point of being number 1? It doesn't matter.
I guess
like,
so.
would you try hard? Would you try harder? I think what they really need to get rid of is divisions. I think they should get rid of the division winners and say the best teams make the playoffs, not the division winners. I don't like that.
The NBA. And now here's Trevor Lawrence, and there's the pass, and that is caught. Or no, is it not caught? No, it looks like it was No, it's a first down. First down for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at 1st and 10, 6 minutes, less than 7 minutes left in this half. Mm-hmm. And this game has been really. Yes, Ridley was already in there.
Yeah. Well, what's an interesting one for college, if you go to the system I'm thinking of, which is all conferences get one champion in, that would hurt the odds for Notre Dame. Notre Dame would have less chance of getting in.
1st and 10 so far. 6 seconds left on the play clock. And now here's Trevor Lawrence, and that is caught by number 17, and he's going for the big run, and he's still running, still going, and that's going to be a touchdown for Jacksonville, and they have now taken the lead. Nice pass by Trevor Lawrence, and to number 17, and he goes all the way for the touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That was a well drawn up play.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a really nice dive as well.
Well, here's the other interesting thing is, should you get rid of, because if you get rid of divisions, should what you do instead is have like less games where you play a rival team? Like, should we get rid of rivalries?
No. And the kick is up, and it is good.
Because should everybody play more teams instead of having the rivalries? So it's like, so then you basically would play 3 extra teams instead of having 3 more rivalry games.
Yeah.
You know,
we got
what I mean?
6 minutes and 24 seconds left in the half. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go to the fantasy matchup so far.
Okay.
So we got Belichick yourself. He has already won because of the Trevor Lawrence touchdown pass. So we already knew that was happening. Team auto draft, he pretty much won unless someone on GGEZ, unless T Higgins go absolutely off, which that's not going to happen. So auto draft is going to win. Macaroni and cheese, he's trying to fight for his life, but that's not going to happen. So Fan Price, he is going to win that game. Dirty Birds is about to pull a really huge upset on Chase These Nuts. Chase These Nuts is at 10-2. Dirty Birds is at 4-8. And then after that, you've got IR Squad, who's about to pull the upset on you. Yeah! How's that make you feel, sucker?
Not necessarily. I still have a chance to win this.
No, you have no chance to win this. Tell me why. So you have 2 players. You've got Evan Ingram
and Evan Ingram.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do anything.
Could I pull off something with that left? I just got points from that Evan Ingram thing.
But the bottom line is this: you have no chance to win, and I need you to lose. You know why? helps my playoff implications.
Yeah, but I can still win this. Watch me somehow get 20
Hand,
points. And you're gonna
purple, blue, peace. How's it going, Reflect the Sun? How you doing? Thank you for joining this show. And I know it's not the Seahawks or the Mariners. We're doing a little bit more differently things.
Yeah.
Because I want to expand a little bit more. And that's something that Epic Sea Films has been suggesting me for a long time. Sea Films and Rooftop. Yeah, maybe we'll be the new dynamic duo going forward. Who knows?
Yeah. I actually did a thing where I actually redesigned all the NFL divisions to make better matchups and make better travel time.
I guess so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because I think some of the divisions are not great travel time. Like, should Miami be going to go up to New York and play the Jets and play the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wouldn't it be awesome to have an all Florida division where you have 3 Florida teams playing against each other twice a year and then playing Atlanta? Wouldn't that be so much more fun?
Know.
Jacksonville playing Miami like every year?
No, I wouldn't care.
Why?
And now here is the kickoff, and that is all the way back for a touchback.
Mm-hmm. Or would you want the LA teams to play each other, like LA versus LA every year? Wouldn't that be so fun to watch?
Yeah, but there's not really much of a rivalry between each other.
But it would be. Wouldn't that be a cool rivalry though to create?
I guess so. The Chargers versus the Rams, I guess. New York Jets versus New York Giants. As if there's a rivalry between the New York Mets and the New York Yankees.
Yeah. What about Philadelphia versus Pittsburgh? Having that become a rivalry. The Eagles versus the Steelers.
Who knows? And now here's Jake Browning, and that is caught by Higgins, and that's going to be a first down. And the Bengals are still trying to fight their way back into this game.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Jake Browning is 13 of 14 right now, so he is doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
The clock is running. 1st and 10. Jake Browning has increased his throwing distance to 11 yards. Jake Browning, yes. Wait, hold on. I'll answer that question in just a moment. And now here is the pass, and that is caught by number 84. Nice screen pass, and he gets there for the first down. So yeah, Jake Browning was not the quarterback. It was Siler Miles and it was Jake Locker, Keith Price, and then Siler Miles. Those were the quarterbacks I had. Those were the quarterbacks that I did have when I was at UW. I was a student from 2010 to 2014, and UW was how I met the C Films.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess as much as I hated UW, there was a few things I got out of it, though.
Yeah.
1st and 10. 14 of 15 is the completion. And now here's the pass to Mixon. Not the pass, the handoff to Mixon. Price. Locker was good, considering that he had no team to work with. Price, I didn't really like Keith Price that much. He was very inconsistent. But I think Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix should be the ones to get priority to look at than Michael Penix. I don't like Michael Penix because he doesn't really have mobility at all. He's a pocket passer.
Yeah, but the thing about it
second and third, and Mixon, he is stopped. Yeah.
Well, the thing about the quarterback situation about the thing about it is if you have to take the best player and say which quarterback has the best stats, Michael Penix doesn't have the best stats. He's only like a 66% passer completion rating. And all the stats I looked at this article and it said that all the major stats, Bo Nix wins most of them. So Bo Nix should win.
3rd and 1 so far.
Jaden McDaniels only has one stat to go off of. It's most touchdowns. And does that matter more than anything else?
So you think Jaden Daniels is overrated?
Yeah, because he has one stat. Bo Nix has 3 of the 4 major stats.
3rd and 1 so far. And now here's Browning looking to pass. He has got some time. He's got to run out of it, and that's going to be caught by Mixon, and that's going to be another first down. So maybe, just maybe, we're looking at a shootout. Before this game started, we were expecting the Jacksonville Jaguars to completely blow out this team, but Jake Browning, he is showing his little bit of his UW self.
Yeah. Well, I said the game
Penix
was going
has
to
the
be
arm
10 points
talent
or
to
less.
make explosive plays and is more mobile than you might think. Just don't want him injured. That's why I think the Seahawks should not draft him, because they just don't have the offensive line for him. Oh, look at me. I'm making that excuse for someone else, not Geno Smith. Is that hypocrisy?
Yeah.
1st and 10, and that is to Boyd. He's not going to have much room, is he? Yes, he does, to at least get 5 yards. He knocks down one of his coaches. I hope he's okay.
But here's the thing. Look at Geno Smith. Geno Smith, that early in his career, said he wanted to be a pocket passer. He wanted to be like one of the best pocket passer quarterbacks. Okay?
Yeah, that ain't going to happen.
And by sitting behind, look at who he sat behind, Russell Wilson, he learned that should be more part of his game. So maybe if Michael Penix sat behind
Geno Smith,
for like a year or two and learned how to run, he would basically end up now becoming a more dual threat quarterback. And maybe
2nd and 5, and here is Browning with the pass, and that was batted, it seemed, to be incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd and 5.
But what do you think of that theory? Training him.
Oh, yeah, that's something that I wanted to happen last year, but it seemed like that there was not much quarterbacks to look up to, so that's why they didn't draft one last season.
Yeah. But like because if you consider Bo Mix or the best quarterback, then he'll be drafted in the top 10. And if we're not going to get a top 10 draft pick because we're going to end up being at least 8 and 9 this year,
3rd and 5.
We might have
3rd and 5.
Yeah, so we might be like we might have like a 15th pick. If we have a 15th
3rd
pick,
and 5.
Who would you draft?
And here's Browning, and now he's going for a pass, a little decent one, and that is caught by Tyler Boyd, and that's going to be another first down for the Cincinnati Bengals. And the Bengals, they are still hanging tough against one of the top seeds of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mm-hmm. But if this guy shows off good, would you want to trade and try to get this guy?
No.
Jake Browning.
Don't bother. Jake Browning is a little bit old, but I would take him over Drew Lock at this point.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there's so many different directions you can go. How old is Jake Browning? Is he even 30 yet?
So Jake Browning was about 22 in 2018, so he's about 27, 28 years old.
He's 27.
Yep, that's what I thought.
That's about the age of Drew Lock.
Drew Lock is garbage. Drew Lock is not going to be on this team any longer. And now we are looking at the 2-minute warning. So I got something for you to say. You're about to lose in fantasy football.
And you should care. Why? Why should I care?
Because I'm your threat for the playoff spot.
So I'm
threatening your playoff spot.
I don't really care if I make the playoffs or not. It's not a big deal to me.
Then why do you still play?
Just because for the fun of it, I don't really care if I win or lose.
You just enjoy the trash talking, or you don't even trash talk.
No, it's like I just do it because I like statistics.
I guess so.
And the other reason why I do fantasy sports is because it keeps me more engaged in watching.
Engaged football. In the game, yeah. My fantasy basketball team is awful right now.
Your team is a joke. But
wait, you thought it was? Did you think it was a joke day one?
Kind of. Not as much as the other guy, Chad's team. Was it Super Asians?
Super Asians.
Yeah, that team. I was so injury prone. Now it finally has injuries, and now he's starting to fall in the rankings.
I am out of the playoff spot by 2.5 games, so I'm in trouble right now.
Yeah, but my team's one of the best teams in the league. I always have good regular seasons in fantasy.
Bo Nix is a mobile quarterback, so I wouldn't really much say that, in my opinion.
Yeah, but here's the thing is, how mobile of a quarterback do you need to be to do well in the NFL?
You don't have to be. If you could at least be at Russell Wilson mobility, because, I mean, Russell Wilson didn't really have breakaway speed, but he at least had really good feet to move around, if you know what I mean.
But look at
so you don't have to be like Michael Vick or Lamar Jackson.
But here's the thing is I know this is an anomaly, but you can have spectrums. You can say, like, there's quarterbacks who run all the time and won Super Bowls, and there's quarterbacks who haven't run much, like a Tom Brady, where, because if you just focus on having a great offensive line, You don't have to have the most mobile quarterback. You just need a great
You
passing
don't.
quarterback.
The Seahawks, they never focus on that. And now here is a first down, 1st and 10. And here's Browning. He hands it off to Mixon. He's going for the run, and not much, but it's going to be about 3 yards.
Huh.
And how's my microphone sound? Does it really sound like I am like blowing up into it? Or if I'm putting it like this, it's fine?
Yeah, you're fine. Mm-hmm.
But if I did something like this, then that's not good.
Yeah, you're good. I hear you clearly.
It is now 4 for 4. Jake Browning's been playing very well.
You know what's so funny about this? I'm the number 2 seed in fantasy basketball. I am 2 games behind the number 1 seed, which is Sacramento Stingrays. You know what's funny about that? I traded away players to Sacramento Stingrays. 2nd
and 7. And now here's Browning. He does a fake handoff. Looks like he's going for a pass on the play action. And that is going to be caught by number 89. And that's another first down for the Bengals. And looks like we are looking at a potential shootout for this game. You may be 2nd seed, but guess what I have? At least I'm 2012 fantasy football champion.
Yeah, but you ought to say that basketball's harder than football to win.
Yeah, it is.
So
basketball, you actually have to put in the work.
Yeah. So it's like football is one of the easiest ones to do. So
no, I'm saying I'm 2012 champion. I said I was 2012 champion. Remember that?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is in fantasy, football is one of the easiest ones. So saying you're a champion of football versus like some other sport is saying it does take effort, but it takes like very less effort than other fantasy sports. Like you'd say baseball is the hardest one.
Oh wow, what a connection! UW Browning to UW sample tight end. Wow, that's a great. And now here is a 1st and goal.
Mm-hmm.
Almost just above a minute. And now here is Jake Browning. He's going to hand it off to Mixon. Does he have any room to run? Does not. Going to get at least a few yards on that. So now that you read some articles and stats, what do you think of the Mariners trade? I don't like that we traded for some garbage bullpen pitcher. I'm really going to miss Kelnick. And the Mariners, if they don't do anything with that trade after that, the season's done. They're not going to break 80 wins, that's for sure. They'll be maybe a mid-tier 70-win team for sure. Offensive unrestricted free agents, there's a lot of them for the Bengals, so they got a lot of thinking to do, and that means they'll have a good amount of cap space, so maybe they'll be able to get someone better in the talent, but who knows? Huskies going to beat the Longhorns? I don't know. And now here is a second and goal. Tell me later. And now here is a handoff to Mixon, and he gets in there for the touchdown, and he was untouched. And now the Bengals are just a PAT away from tying this game. What a run by Joe Mixon, and great protection. It wasn't even touched. And Jake Browning still continues to drive this ball and keep the Bengals in this game. Mm-hmm. And it's something that you did warn me about, that it could go either way.
Yeah.
And let's hear it, C-Films. What is your theories on this Longhorns and the Huskies game? Like, what is in stake?
Okay, so here's the thing: is so the Longhorns and the extra point's about to happen.
It did happen. It's good.
Okay, so the Longhorns and the UW actually played last year in a bowl game. It was called the Alamo Bowl. Guess who won that game?
What year was it?
Last year. Literally
Huskies won that game
by 7 points.
Who'd they play?
Right now they played Texas in the Alamo Bowl. We're pretty much almost the same teams as we were last year. Okay? So, and right now the experts are thinking we're a 3.5 point. They say Texas is a 3.5 point favorite. They think Texas is going to win by 3.5 points. And the problem with that is that UW has played a lot of close games, and they know how to handle the pressure of being in close situations and finish it off. So by having that experience, I feel like the UW could pull it off because of how they've been able to pull out close games. Because a team winning games by big margins, look what happens to like Oregon. They won a whole bunch of games by bigger margins than the UW, but they don't know how to handle and finish off a game. Their defense couldn't stop us at the end of the game because they didn't have the experience of knowing how to finish that. UW had the experience. They did run plays and ended up getting 9 yards
Wait,
on a run
did they
play.
play Texas Longhorns last year? Are you saying?
In the Alamo Bowl.
So you think UW might have a really good shot to make it to the national championship?
Because they actually won the game by 7 points last year.
And we are going to cover that game together.
Yeah.
I'm still going to, as much as I will say this. Do you think I should have covered the UW Ducks game? I really should have. I should have covered that game.
That would have been a huge thing to watch that, and because
the Sugar Bowl. I am absolutely doing the Sugar Bowl for sure.
Yeah. And so the only thing that might be going for that game is, guess where the game is located?
It is in. Wait, hold on. Let me guess. Okay, where is it?
It's in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, they're gonna play in the Dome.
And guess what that means? Who has closer travel time to that?
Texas.
Guess what might show up more? More Texas fans. But
UW won in Texas. So I don't think that's going to be much of a factor.
Yeah.
Husky fans will travel. I will say this. Huskies fans will travel.
Yeah. But it's just an interesting thing I think about with the numbers and the stats. It's like they're trying to do everything they can to screw over UW to make it worse for UW this season. And so
I don't believe that. If anything, the refs did help. The refs did help Huskies beat the Cougars. That was the refs because of that BS call with the quote roughing the passer, which it wasn't roughing the passer one bit. So if anything, everything is going for the Huskies.
No, because just think about the Huskies. They thought they were underdogs versus Oregon. They think we're not good enough because we only win games by small margins.
They only do win at the end of the small margins. If anything, they have been giving an edge for no reason. And don't forget, they're playing a lightweight schedule.
They played a really tough schedule.
Who did they play?
Oregon. They played USC.
Doesn't count. USC's garbage. They lost 3 in a row.
Record. Arizona.
Big deal. Who cares?
Arizona had a winning record and is a ranked team. It's like a lot of these teams were ranked at one point in the season was the teams that UW had played. Like even Wazoo was ranked at one time in the season. So
first and 10 and here it is. Here's Trevor Lawrence going for the pass, and that is going to be caught, and that's going to be a first down. Sorry to interrupt you. So go.
Oh, I'm just saying is the one team that got screwed over really bad was Florida State because they think they had one of the weakest schedules, and then also Liberty. Liberty was undefeated.
Should have went to them, and that is going to be caught, and that's going to be another first down. But I'm saying that don't forget the teams that they play in the beginning of the season. They play a bunch of nobody, so that also inflates their.
They played Michigan State or something like that. I think they play them like this year again. And the other thing to think about is that if UW's schedule was that bad, they wouldn't have ranked them in the top 4 teams.
No, their schedule was that bad. They didn't really. They played a very lightweight schedule.
No, they didn't play a lightweight schedule.
Yes,
their schedule
they
was
did.
That lightweight. If their schedule
Second
was that
and
lightweight,
2,
they wouldn't be in.
And now here's Trevor Lawrence to pass, and he is going to get sacked. The Bengals defense is really holding it together. Can they last going into the second half? I don't know, but at this point, you know what I'm cheering for? I'm not necessarily cheering for Jacksonville anymore. I'm just cheering for a good game.
Yeah. Well, I'd be excited to see actually like Cincinnati pull this off. It would be
very exciting. Maybe that can give me a boost of ratings or something. I don't know. Yeah. Right now, I have 2 concurrent viewers. I know that Reflect the Sun donates quite a bit, so I'm not going to pressure her so much. But if there's anyone else, if you're that other concurrent viewer, hit that donation button and see what you got for me. Here is a 3rd and 9. It is now 14-14. 3rd and 9. Jacksonville's got to complete this to keep this drive alive. And now here is a blitz, and Trevor Lawrence dropped it, and he's going for the pass, and that's going to be caught. No, it's incomplete. He dropped it. Trevor Lawrence still tried to get it off, but still a drop pass. I thought that was caught. I am definitely not going to put that as a YouTube short. That's for sure.
No, but look at this. I'm looking at one power ranking stats. This is like Power Ranking Guru. They say UW had like the 8th hardest ranked schedule. They say UW had a really tough schedule.
Because
Most people would say UW.
Pac-12 is only good because they also play easy schedules.
No, they don't play easy schedule. They said they were one of the most exciting and had some of the best teams this year in college football.
So, I'm trying to say, do you think I'm just sounding petty?
You are a little bit, I think, petty because I think you're looking at history of how the Pac-12 hasn't been good or has only had a couple good teams here and there, but the last few years they have gotten better and it's gotten tougher
so that division shouldn't have broken up. They shouldn't have broke up that division.
They shouldn't have, because
I think it was, but you know whose idea? But you know whose idea that was, right?
Who?
That was UW's idea.
No, that
so
was
their
money.
arrogance.
It wasn't UW's idea. It was actually that started all was USC and UCLA.
But UW still
contributed to it.
And I think it's UW's arrogance that's going to kill them.
Well, it's the
here's a 1st and 10. Jake Browning, 17 of 19. He's been nearly perfect as a passer. And now here is Mixon. He gets 5 yards on that. But I think they're just going to let the clock die. So I'm trying to remember who got the ball last time. Oh, I think the Bengals got the ball last time.
Mm-hmm.
And now the half is over.
They put Texas as the second hardest ranked schedule this year. Texas. Alabama was 6. And if you look at where Florida State was ranked 55th in schedule this year. That's why they just put them in. Because they said Texas played the second hardest schedule and Alabama played the 6th hardest schedule.
Really?
And that's why they argue that because Florida State's ranked schedule was only 55 and UW played an 8th ranked schedule.
Gotcha.
So they basically, and that's why they didn't put Florida State in. Was over that. And they also, another reason why people say they didn't put Florida State in is because of the quarterback being injured. Basically being out for the rest of the season.
Well, it is now halftime. I'm going to go get some food really quick. Maybe we should. I wonder what we can play in the middle of things right now, but I'm going to try to see where. Well, I'm going to first see where I could.
Well, if you want me to do a talk show, I can do something in the middle if you need me to fill in.
Actually, if you can do that, that'd be great. So I'm going to put you as the priority. So I'm going to go get some food. Epic Sea Films, you take over. Talk about the half. Talk about the game. Talk about your fantasy. Talk about your agendas.
Okay.
After these messages.
Yes, after these messages.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
And welcome back, everybody. This is Rooftop Sports. This is your co-host, C Films, and that was Modern Exterior Solutions. If you have any roofing problems, call Modern Exterior Solutions. Yes, call Modern Exterior Solutions. And so, everybody, the first half, so this is the Bengals versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. I thought the Bengals actually are playing very well. I think their quarterback is actually withstanding the pressure very well and staying very, very calm. Yes. And so that's what I've noticed really in this game is that the Bengals are playing their game. Because one thing I've learned in football, and this is something that I think a lot of people get upset about, and like I said this earlier in the broadcast, is they focus too much on the quarterback. When you play a football game, is it one person versus one person? No. It is a team of players versus another team of players. Does one player make or break a game? No. And so, everybody keeps saying that, oh, your season's over when you lose your quarterback. That's not true. How many teams have won with a backup quarterback? Look at the Philadelphia Eagles last Super Bowl. Nick Foles won them a Super Bowl. Their backup quarterback stepped in and won them some big games in the moment. There is no I in team. That is so right. And so when I looked at this game, I said, hey, I think the Bengals could win this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are newer to being considered a good team. Will they fold under the pressure? Because they haven't done this so many times. And that's something I noticed that could happen. Some teams get too cocky or they get too confident. They think that they already are so good, even though they haven't really proven themselves. Sometimes what happens to a lot of teams is the pressure gets to them. Look at the Buffalo Bills. I always talk about the Buffalo Bills a lot of times where I think the Buffalo Bills are overrated because the pressure always gets to them. I think there's two things. Either you're hyped up too much and the pressure gets to you when it matters the most, or people criticize you so much that you fumble under the pressure because people are criticizing you too much. The tale of two cities. Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is getting over the hump quicker than Josh Allen. Josh Allen's starting to crumble under all the pressure of being considered such a great quarterback. Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, was like, I know I can be great. I want to be great. I'm going to show you this year I'm going to be great because I just got my big contract. He was lacking because he didn't have his big contract until now. Now that he has it, he wants to prove himself. And his numbers are showing that. And so, Grossy Raid. Hello. How's everybody doing? I see a Packers fan in there. I see Grossy. I see Kitty goes meow. And so, hello, everybody. Thank you for the raid. Thank you very much for the raid. And so that is something that I'm really noticing and really talking about here and stuff. So I think that, at the beginning of the game, I was favoring more the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win this game. But now seeing what the Bengals are doing, I'm kind of thinking the Bengals are going to win this game. I think the Bengals can pull this game off. I think they have a big, strong chance to pull this game off. Raid, the super chat. Keep up the good work. And so I'm C Films, your co-host. Yes. C Films is actually short for something, if you wanted to know. Can you guess what it's short for? And so that's kind of the things I like to talk about and kind of the analysis I'm doing on the game and on the whole overall concept of this stuff. And so the question you have to learn to yourself is, can you recover from your mistakes? Thank you for the $2 super sticker. Thank you very much for this $2 super sticker. And so that's something I've really learned a lot from here, is I've learned so much, is that how can you recover from the pressure? And some teams this year have fumbled under the pressure, and some teams have not made it through the pressure. One team I watch a lot is, yes, you're right. It is short for Seattle Films. Seattle Films. Yes. I actually have a website about the media industry with a focus on movies called Seattle Film. It's called cfilms.com. So it's my username.com. So it's cfilms.com. And so one thing I've actually learned about this whole situation is one team this year, the Seahawks, they have fumbled under the pressure. They have given up opportunities this year. Part of their opportunities, they haven't made it through because they just fumble under the pressure. Something goes wrong. They make a simple mistake here and there. They make a few simple mistakes here and there, and it causes issues. And that happens to some teams this year. If it happens to you more often than not, can you really recover? One thing I noticed and people always talk about is they talk about the Detroit Lions. They get up big, but then can they hold on? Do they do enough late game to hold on to their big lead? Last week, they almost lost. The week before that, they did lose. And that's the thing. And so that's stories and things I've heard over the years. Any team, I believe, can win on any night of the week. Look at Arizona.
Where am I getting all of these comments? Who are these people? Wait, Grossy, what is going on?
Yes, and there was a $2 super sticker in the chat too.
What is going? Who are these people?
I don't know, but they came after
Tom
I started
Grossy Raid.
Things.
Wait, what's Tom Grossy Raid?
I don't know, but somehow I ended up bringing a lot of people in for me talking about the.
No,
the game.
I don't. I think there's some kind of glitch going on.
Is it a glitch? You think?
All it says is Grossy Raid. What is going on? Who are these people?
I don't know who Tom Grossy is.
Why am I getting so many comments?
I don't know. Is that a good thing?
No, okay,
We're
gonna go through. We're gonna go through and see what's going on. At first, it goes Nick Foles champion, Tom Grossi raid sending love. Oh, Tom Grossi just sent me a shout out.
Yeah.
Is that even the real Tom Grossi?
I don't know. I started talking about the teams and about I talked about Nick Foles and I talked about how he won a Super Bowl as a backup quarterback, and I guess I intrigued people.
Wait, that's not even the real Tom. I gotta check his YouTube channel. I gotta double check. I don't think that's the real Tom Grossi. I think this one's an imposter.
But it brought in a lot of people.
It really did.
And I was just chatting away. You left, and I started chatting, and people liked what I was talking about, I guess.
Wait, that is the real Tom Grossi. Tom Grossi just give me a shout out. Like, what is going on?
Who's Tom Grossi? And you were gone when it happened.
What is Tom Grossi doing?
Who is Tom Grossi? Yeah, and so I was talking about my analysis of the game and how I thought about the NFL in general. So anybody can win on any night of the week, and it's all about, can your players step up? Most players are good. If you're not good, why are you in the NFL? If you're bad,
I'm gonna send something to Tom Grossi right now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast a show and see if he even says any dang thing. Okay, so our halftime show is gonna be about Tom Grossi, Green Bay Packers. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get his attention somehow, some way.
So is Tom Grossi like a player, or is he like
He's a YouTuber. He's a Green Bay Packers YouTuber.
Oh wow.
And he just sent me the love.
Oh wow.
I have no idea what in the world is going on.
Yeah. So is anybody in the chat a Green Bay Packers fan?
Yeah, there are some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the Green Bay Packers are actually doing better than I expected this year. I didn't expect their new quarterback to step up this soon and be doing this decent, you know.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till he comes back. So I'm gonna cast his show right now. So that's Tom Grossi. He's the one that was sending me the love. I'm like, what is going on? So I gotta read all this. We got raid. Like, I wonder what got into this.
I don't know. You left and I started chatting, and I guess I mentioned something and got their attention, or you got their attention from.
What did you even say?
I was literally talking about the football game, and I gave my analysis about how, I think the big Bengals could win this game, and about how teams don't always underestimate the underdog team.
I wonder what happened to my sub count. Oh my god! I just got 12 subs out of it by Tom Grossi.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on?
And so everybody in the chat. So who are your favorite NFL teams? Which ones do you root for, and which ones do you like? For me, I'm a big Seahawks fan. I also I like the Detroit Lions. Those are two teams I follow a little bit.
And of course, this happens when I'm taking a dinner break.
Yes.
On a game with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. Out of all games, this is when it happens, doesn't it?
Yes. And what's interesting, And so as you notice here, we have someone who's a really big Seahawks. We are both big Seahawks fans, and Rooftop Sports is also a Browns fan. I'm also a Detroit Lions fan. And so these are kind of things that the teams we kind of follow a lot. And what's interesting when people bring up, they're saying, someone says they're a Falcons fan, someone says they're an Eagles fan. Have you noticed in the NFL how many teams have a bird mascot or bird name?
Hold that thought. By the way, if you're wondering who the real guy is, I'm the real guy. I'm the Rooftop Sports. I'm the one that you want.
Yes.
That's me. And Niner Gang. Oh yeah, here's Tom Grossi. I gotta send him some love.
Perfect timing. So, Tour, you think Bengals like to eat cheese? Dairy's not really great for cats. I don't leave it. They Tour. Gonna be honest, my heart isn't ready for the second half. Yeah. So what it this year proves love is the guy, which I think that yesterday was the biggest proof of that. What do you think his contract might be? Maybe 4 years. Yeah, I would assume it's
That's what I'm going to do right now.
Deal. And again, they still have him under contract for next season too, so technically they don't have to. But 4-year, I'd imagine like average around like between.
I'll have to add a payment method. Okay, I'm going to hide my credit card information. I'm not going to show you my credit card right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what I was saying earlier was there's a lot of actually bird name teams. There's the Seahawks. There is the Cardinals. There is the Ravens. There's the Eagles.
All right, hold on. I'm so distracted, all because of Tom Grossi, out of all people. He's
Sam,
responsible for this distraction.
Thank you. And thank you. Chair does have strong takes. Herman doesn't mess around when it comes to takes. Does not mess around. That's all right, Daniel.
There it is. I just sent it to him.
So it helps with the algorithm.
See what he says.
All right, ball's on their own 32, and Trevor Lawrence rolling out to his right, throws, and that's going to be incomplete, broken up. Rooftop and fire. Thanks for loving my show. Hey, Rooftop, keep on rocking, baby. Keep on rocking, keep on grinding.
Yep, you see that? He gave me the love on that one. Thank you so much, Tom Grossi. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the raid. Hey,
all right, let's get back into this game, shall we?
Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Grossi, yep, I had to send them one. I sent $5 for it, but it was like, hey, you know what? I gotta. That's the way of the grind, I guess. But yes,
yeah.
Thank you very much, Tom Grossi. Why did he even send me that? That was so random. And how much of it was into that show? So it's around second half. All right, so I'm back into the game. I have 10 viewers now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up? Support other influencers. Wow, Tom Grossi. He sent me love. I got to make a video on this.
Mm-hmm. It was also funny. I was talking and I was chatting while you were gone. And
why did I have to get dinner when Tom Grossi, a YouTuber of 500,000? Ah! Anyways, it's 14-14. Jacksonville's driving up the field, and that's not going to be a first down, and that's going to be a stop for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did not expect. But hey, for all my new viewers in there, please subscribe. Not only subscribe to my channel, but send some donations as well. Stacy George, I got banned in Grossi's chat. I don't know how. Oh, that's weird. But hey, you could be here too, and I'll talk about the same thing. So maybe get to know me. This will be the opportunity. So any of you newbies out there, send some donations and give me the love with that subscribing, hit that like button. And now here is the punt by Jacksonville. And now that's going to be, yep, that is caught, and that's going to be a fair catch for Cincinnati.
So think about this. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cincinnati Bengals. What would actually win in a fight, a Bengal or a Jaguar?
Let's take a look and see what it is. Alexa, who would win in a fight, a Jaguar or a Bengal?
The Bengal tiger would win a fight against a Jaguar due to its size and weight advantage.
So it's going to be the Bengal. It's a big tiger versus just a speedy Jaguar, really.
Yep.
Wait, so you noticed it too, like when it was just blowing up all of a sudden, like you saw the comments? Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I just came, so I just coming back to my room and I go, wait, what is going on?
I didn't really pay attention to it until I started glancing over and I was like, who's this Grossi guy? Like, I didn't think of it as like anything negative. I thought it was a good thing. Like, but I was like wondering, like, do they have raids actually on YouTube? I thought it was a Twitch thing.
I would send it, Stacy George. Stacy George, here. Talk to me on this. What did you say exactly? Tell me exactly what was said. What did you say that got you banned? Did you say anything on the chat? Did you say anything? Like, what in the world did you say, Stacy? Man, I would love to be in that position of Tom Grossi. Just imagine, I would imagine if I'm him and I see those comments going, and at that point, I would have to charge people to talk to me because I'm not going to be able to handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stacy George, tell me what was said. Like, Stacy, are you so Stacy, are you blocked from his channel? So double check on that.
Because the difference being blocked than versus being just like you can't write comments. I don't know if they have those two different settings.
Because I know I can write comments.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $50 dono. Sounds like it's like some kind of glitch going on. Sounds like she can't comment on her end. Unfortunately, I can. Well, fortunately, I can comment on his channel. Someone's got to help me with this. Maybe I can solve the problem.
I always think this is a very interesting thing. Is can you say a quarterback is great when they're injury prone a lot in their career? Because didn't Joe Burrow not play much of his first year? Didn't he not play his whole first?
Yeah, I heard he may have had some injury problems. And here's the thing. Fun fact. I nearly did not cover this game. So if I didn't cover this game, I don't get this Tom Grossi love.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does. He's a very charitable man, I guess, where he sends the love.
Yeah.
He's a good man. I really appreciated Mr. Tom Grossi. And now here's a 2nd and 9, and that is caught, and that's going to be 2nd down.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably do something like that. I'm going to make a video where Tom Grossi sends me love, and I'm going to all right, I got to go get some dinner and just have the footage of the chat. Boom, 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 boom. Stacy George, let me know if you need any help to try to get you unblocked from Tom Grossi. And Stacy, what team do you cheer for? Just curious about that. And now here is a 3rd and 2 by Jake Browning. He's 6 for 6 on the 3rd, and here is the pass, and that is caught by Jamar Chase. He is still going. The 30, the 20, the 10, and that is a touchdown. What a pass by Joe Burrow. Jake Browning. Chase. Did you notice that Jamar Chase was slowing down towards the end of that to basically taunt them? I think that should be flagged for that.
You know what's funny? So you have Joe Burrow who's injured right now, but you have Jake Browning.
Jake Browning, absolutely. So the Lions are your team. Well, sorry the Seahawks gave you that defeat on that week too. I mean, I'm not sorry, but sorry that did happen.
Yeah. So you know what's funny? Both of their quarterbacks for the Bengals, their initials are JB.
Look at that. Reflect the sun. Rooftop is on the toilet while Tom Grossi is. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? At every halftime, I'm just gonna go out and eat something or go to the bathroom for an extended amount of time, and maybe someone else will send me some love.
Dude, do I need to be here talking? Like I said,
yes, you have to be there talking. You know, maybe we should just do Monday Night Football every single week, just as maybe this is like a once in a you know what, but at least.
Yeah, but I was saying interesting about the quarterbacks. Their both initials are JB. Jake Browning, Joe Burrow.
That's true. That couldn't be farther from the truth.
Yeah, and so it's just a weird coincidence that they both hired two guys that had the same initials, and it's like, and are both playing pretty well. Like he went to a national champion, or he was close to the national championship game. What Jake Browning? So he must not be that bad of a quarterback if he went that far with UW.
Looks like Stacy George just got unbanned from the Tom Grossi show. Yeah, Tom Grossi, he's quite a guy trying to help the other YouTubers grow. As you know, if I was on this show a little bit earlier, maybe I could have contained my viewership, you know. Mm-hmm. The legendary Tom Grossi, and don't forget Urinating Tree. Fun fact, I've actually done a show with Urinating Tree several times as well. So I've done shows with some YouTubers. Like I got the Jay Trident podcast. I've done a show with the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Who else have I done a show with? Done a show with you.
Films.
Epic C Films. So I've done I've had some connections, and now I have a show tomorrow with the Couch GM as well. So don't forget about that. Hopefully Couch GM can bring his audience, unless he intends to join the show as a guest rather than using his own channel, because I don't think he wants to post too much within that time. So that's up to him what he will do. But after this game, not only do I gotta do all this, but then I also got to do other things. And Christian, how's it going? Yep, I am doing pretty well. I just got the Tom Grossi love. At first, I thought it was just a glitch. Yeah, listening about the Mariners trade. Yeah, we're going to talk about, Until Life Love. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you for being part of this show. Thank you for the joining. And if you can, send that donations. And any of my new my new concurrent viewers, send that donation as well. So it's 21-14 Cincinnati, Jacksonville. Wow, Cincinnati is in the lead. Yeah, Tom Grossi just sent me the love. Here, let me show it to you. That's exactly what happened. And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got to make a video that Tom Grossi sent Rooftop Sports love.
Mm-hmm. What would be really interesting if Jake Browning ends up having a really good finishing season for this, would he get picked up by another team and become their starting quarterback?
I don't know. I mean, it's only like a couple games. It's not that much of a sample size. And now here's Jacksonville. He's coming all the way out. Nope. That's going to be down to the 15. So that's 10 yards lost. So maybe if he just took the knee at the end zone, you would have gotten 10 more yards. Come on, Jacksonville.
Yeah. Well, you know what's an interesting one? Look at the guy. It was Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater, I think, was playing. Was it the Saints or was it the Cowboys he was playing for? He was a backup quarterback. He ends up having comes in and wins a few games, and all of a sudden he gets picked up by Carolina and becomes their starting quarterback the following year. So it's possible. It is possible.
Yep, he did. He helped me. And now my concurrent viewers is now completely just dropping, unfortunately. But hey, it was a great run at it. Got first and 10 so far for Jacksonville. The clock is still running.
Mm-hmm.
And yet that was a pass to Jones, number 7.
Everybody, remember to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel.
Yeah, I got like 20 subscribers out of that. I will say that. Mm-hmm. And here's the first and 10. Here's Trevor Lawrence, pass to number 17, and that's going to be dropped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A subscription is free.
Well, no, duh. Unless you join my membership, which is $5 a month, you can join that too.
Yeah.
And I won't be nagging you about the donations thing.
No, but that's just something I think for some people it's like they don't realize it's like they think it's a high commitment to just like subscribe to something, and it's not really a high commitment all the time.
Well, actually it is a commitment because they also want you also want your subscribers to actually view your shows too. So subscriber is just not enough. And here's a 2nd and 12. And now here's Trevor Lawrence. He's going for that big pass, and that is going to be incomplete. And Bengals defense, they seem to be handling Trevor Lawrence actually pretty well.
Yeah. Well, what's an interesting thing you're thinking about this season is like, look at this. The Seahawks lose to the Cowboys, but Arizona beats the Cowboys. Who's the best team in that scenario?
Who knows?
You know what I mean? So you can do a lot of these weird scenarios where like Miami actually beats, was it the Denver, but Denver beats the Chiefs or something like that. And I think the Chiefs beat the Miami or something this year. So it's like, who's the best team there? Yeah.
Man, so they're telling me that I really missed out. Wow. Those comments. Someone said Josh Allen is poop.
I don't have a YouTube channel yet. No, I don't yet. That's something I needed to work on and create as my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, you need one, yeah.
Yeah, so I need to work on that.
Well, other ideas is to not only have a YouTube channel, but also be a part of me, be one of my staff.
Yeah.
In the future. But to make that happen, make that donation.
Yeah. But Reflect the Sun, I do have an Instagram, I do have an X, and I do have a website.
You better put that out there. And now it's a 1st and 10, 21-14 so far. 21-14 Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
And that was caught by Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So how many viewers did it say it was having when that was all exploding?
I couldn't tell the number of viewers. I couldn't see. I think you only have the access to that.
Here's the 1st and 10. And now here is number 1. And that's going to be tackled down. Second and 7. I had 90? So, of course, I had to go eat. Okay, I'm never taking a break. I'm just going to bring my food up here next time. 2nd and 7.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is the option to number 1, and he is going to go, and that's not going to be a first down. Can't believe that happened. And now here is a 3rd and 1. And that's going to be a toss. And there's the running back. Looks like he's going to get it. And, yep, he gets it for the first down. Yep, never eat again. And also probably try to do as many shows, even more shows as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Holly. Thanks for that donation. That's right. And now here is a handoff. And nope, not much for Ridley. Still at 4 concurrent viewers. So if any of you can send that donation, please go ahead. And yes, this was Holly. And we also had Liam, who were my donation guys for today. And I do appreciate both of you guys for doing so. Second and 13 so far. We got 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the quarter. And now here is Trevor Lawrence. He's going for the run, not going to get much out of it. And he gets caught. It gets caught. And that's going to be a first down for Jacksonville. Looks like we are looking at a shootout game so far. I am both, Christian. I do the Seahawks and the Browns. So you see that Seahawks over there. And, oh, where's my Browns stuff? I don't have my Browns stuff up there. It was up there. Oh. There's also the Browns, as you see. And now here's a 1st and 10 for Trevor Lawrence. And now he's faking the handoff. And here's Lawrence. He's going for the short pass. Number 1's got it, and he's going to get brought down. What's the history with the Browns? I'll tell you at commercial break. So let me star that for you. Let me star that. And at commercial break, I will tell you my history with the Cleveland Browns relationship. We're looking at 2nd and 9 so far. $15 subs away from 1,200, so help me get there. And now 2nd and 9. Here's Trevor Lawrence. He is mobilizing just a little bit, and he's going for the pass, and that is incomplete. That is Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch was my guy. And the other guy is Russell Wilson. Yep, that was... Maybe there was a case of a pass interference. Like, do you think that was a pass interference, Epic C Films?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Let's see.
We are looking at a 3rd and 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you should have ran that one. And Trevor Lawrence is showing his frustration. It looks like a timeout has been called. So let's talk about my history of the Cleveland Browns. So it kind of started all the way back in 2004 when LeBron James, when I was watching the Seattle Supersonics, and LeBron James on his rookie year, this 19-year-old rookie, he beat the Sonics pretty much by himself. And I can actually go back to that game. Sonics versus Cavs 2004. Cavaliers won 99-94, and this was on January 21st of 2004. So yeah, LeBron James, he defeated them. We know that was in Cleveland. Whoops, wrong game. Well, anyways, so yeah, they should have ran it. No question. And now here's a 3rd and 9 for Trevor Lawrence. And now here's Trevor. He's going for the pass. Is he going to go? He's going for the pass, and that is going to be... Is that caught for the touchdown? That is caught for the touchdown! And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they answered right back, and now they're just a PAT from tying this game. And that was nearly picked off, but then Washington was able to gain control, and now this is a pretty exciting game. Like, who thought that this was going to be the game to do? And fun fact, C-Films, true or false, I nearly did not do this show.
Yeah, you nearly almost didn't do it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Imagine if I guess I should try to absorb every single, live show possible. Not saying that Tom Grossi or Urinating Tree would do this every single time, but you just never know, right?
Yeah.
Or it's about that consistency too. So it's about having a good schedule about it as well. But it looks like they're doing the review to see if it was a touchdown. So while we're doing that, LeBron James started to become one of my favorite players. And then once the Sonics left Seattle, I got into the Cavaliers. And then I met a friend who was a Cleveland guy. He told me about all the Cleveland sports, Cleveland Browns, Cleveland Indians, and all that tragedy. And looks like we are incoming a PAT. And that is good. And then eventually, in around 2012 or 2013, I just happened to be scrolling around YouTube, and I saw this Browns documentary. It was like the Browns since 1999, showing how bad the Browns were. So because of that, I started to become a fan of the Cleveland Browns. Just because of that. And I thought Trent Richardson back in 2012 was going to save that team along with Brandon Weeden. Of course, that didn't happen. But what were the odds that someone was going to send me love right when I'm doing lunch?
Yes. And you see who's a new commenter in your chat now.
Yeah, I have my regulars now.
Huh?
But you know what they say? It's all about the grind.
look what Reflect Sun says. At C Films, yo. Yes.
Yeah, it's very true.
Mm-hmm. Life is going great. Actually, I'm glad.
I'm at 1185 so far. Help me get to the 12.
Yeah. My YouTube channel is at 0. The Seafoam's YouTube channel is at 0. There's actually a count now for it.
Yeah, I mean, at least you have a count for something, I guess.
I actually have a Seafoam's account, but there's no subscribers yet. Yes, I'm at
So Tom Grossi does this to a lot of people once in a while.
Hmm.
And he just happened to pick me at the right time, right when I'm eating food.
Hey, I gotta see it. I know.
But what was your feeling? Like, were you just confused?
I was a little confused, like why are you getting so many people to come in, and then I was like wondering who Tom Grossi was, but I didn't react like you. I didn't think it was a bot. You were the one that came in and thought it was a bot. I didn't think that. I just thought, hey, a lot of these people are coming in. There's all these new chatters now. Okay, let's just keep. It must be. I was thinking to myself, maybe my content was really good, and so people just loved how I chatted on stuff. Like, why is when my friend leaves, I actually get better viewership? I was thinking to myself, like, am I like better by myself? And I was like, that's not fair. My friend's missing out.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, he does better when I'm only solo. That just doesn't, even though it's third channel.
It doesn't really add up. Like, yeah. I mean, like last week when I was late for the Seahawks game, that I think that did initially hurt my video because they were expecting me, but you weren't there because I had a lot of other commitments going on, which is why and what can I do, right? Which is why I'm trying to like focus on the days that I do have and try to focus on those. You got 1st and 10 so far. And now looks like we got a little double pass going on, and Tyler Boyd. And that is picked off. Wow. Did you just see that? Tyler Boyd tried to make a pass, and that was picked off. They tried to make something happen, but it didn't happen. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, as soon as we thought that maybe Cincinnati can't make something happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. But the game's so close. At the end of the day.
It's still close, but Jacksonville now has an opportunity. And looks like I did win this game. Looks like I am going to win this game by a convincing amount. I'm at 18 points because, wow, Tyler Boyd tried to throw it. And also, more bearing of bad news, they are now at the red zone, by the way.
But hey, if your defense holds up, maybe they'll only get a field goal out of this, or maybe they'll fumble it. You never know.
Hopefully, we'll have to see. And now here's a 1st and goal. And now here's the handoff, and that's going to be tackled. So that's going to be about a couple yards on that play. I have 21 subs this month. Yeah, I'm off to a pretty slow start.
Hey, you got 20 in one day. That's almost only the 4th day of this month.
No, it's 21. So before the 20, it was like maybe at 3 or something. So I've had a pretty slow month. But maybe things will pick up. So it's going to be a 2nd and goal. We're at 21-21. 3 seconds left on the play clock. And now here's Trevor Lawrence. And now that was a fake. And now here's Lawrence. That's a pass to number 0. And that's going to be stopped right at the 1. The Bengals defense really is hanging tough. And now here is number 1, and it looks like he is still stopped. Wow. Did you see the Bengals? With that interception, they still made up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And looks like I would wonder, do you dare go? Oh, looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Yep.
Let's see how this goes. 4th down. Bengals got to get this stop. And Trevor Lawrence, and he bumbled the ball, but if he breaks the plane, that should be a touchdown. Yep, that's a touchdown. I thought he fumbled it for a second, but then the plane was broken. The ball was out, but Trevor Lawrence, he just jumped in for the touchdown. I gotta put this on my Twitter right now.
Okay.
I got the.
Mm-hmm.
And the kick is up. And it is good. So it's now going to be 28-21 Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I need to eat some. Maybe eating. Here, you know what I do? I'm going to slowly walk away and maybe some other YouTubers send me some love. I'm going to go eat right over there. And should I switch the screen too?
Should you? I don't know. Do you want to? Hello. Hi, everybody. Yes. I set up my YouTube channel now, so I was working on that. Mm-hmm. So how's everybody doing here? What is rooftop? Someone asked me about my YouTube channel, and then here comes another raid. So how is everybody doing? And remember, Reflect the Suns. It's C Films with a Z. I end with a Z, not with an S. So you're saying I see C Films production. No, it's C Films with a Z. So that's where I actually have a unique Z at the end of my name. So that's my unique branding for all my stuff. And so I'm C Films. I am, yes. The Z is very important. C Films. Mm-hmm. And so who do you think is going to win this game? I'm still thinking the Bengals are going to win this game, but you never know. I'm doing really great. I'm doing very great. I'm glad to be alive. Glad to be here with all you hanging out, having a good time. I love doing the social media stuff, chatting with people. I really do enjoy this opportunities I get to hang around and hang out with people and stuff. But if you really enjoy Rooftop Sports and really enjoy what they're doing, please subscribe to the Rooftop Sports channel. Look up their social media. Find them on Instagram. Find them on X. I really would appreciate it if you all follow them. And then the other thing is, if you haven't already, follow me, C Films, if you like my content. I'm here on this channel, but I also have a X and I also have a Instagram. So if you really do enjoy that. Reflect the Suns. Do you actually want my actual thing here? I'll put it. My YouTube actually does show up now. Let's see if it does actually show up. I don't have nothing on it, so there's nothing on it. So let me see if I can actually get this to work. Okay. So let me see. I don't think there's anything on it.
Obviously, I didn't get the raid. It didn't work this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Reflect the Sun. No. That's mine. Dibs. So I'm going to make this video. It's going to be called "My Live Video Went Viral and I Missed It."
Okay.
Do you think that's a good title? My live video went viral and I missed it.
Well, so Rooftop, do you want to be my first subscriber to my channel?
Yeah, but we gotta really plan this out together,
Yeah. Reflect the Sun is trying to steal it from you.
Yeah. I'll be your first.
Yeah.
We're looking at a 1st and 10 so far. Jake Browning's got to really get something going. And here's number 30, and he's going for the big run, and he gets a big hole, and he's still running, and he gets all the way to their 40.
Woo!
Wow. Judah Westcott, yep, exactly. What in the world was Tyler Boyd doing? But hey, Epic C Film, but do you know what's exactly our marquee? You know what's our actual best moment?
What, the video that we made together?
No, not that one.
Oh,
I should have showed that video. And now here's a 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Now here we go. Number 30's got it again. He's been actually getting some carries today, that's for sure. But no, my favorite moment so far between us is this video. And I'll go find it right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what's funny about, you know what's interesting about this coach of the Bengals? His first 2 years, he had really bad seasons. 1 year, basically, Joe Burrow was out for the whole year. And it wasn't until his last year, he almost lost his job. If it wasn't for Joe Burrow and the team doing so well that 3rd season, he would have lost his job.
Yeah, probably. And now here is a 2nd and 7 for Cincinnati. Jake Browning, he's got the ball. He's going to pass. And now that is caught by Joe Mixon, and he's going to lose yards on that one. It's going to be about a 3rd and 9. But yeah, here's my most favorite moment that I had with you so far.
Okay.
I'll share it in moments time. What is Zach Taylor doing? 1 of 2. Yeah, who knows? And now we're looking at a 3rd and 7. Bengals have got to get this, or this game is pretty much over. But it looks like the Bengals are they're just running out of gas, it seems.
They're not over yet. They
not over yet, you would say. But 3rd and 7, 5 seconds left. And now here's the 3rd and 7. And Browning, he's getting a little bit overwhelmed, and he had to throw it away. And that looks like it's going to be an intentional grounding going against Jake Browning.
There wasn't a receiver on the ground there.
That's the thing, too. And it was at least intended in some way.
They waved it off.
Ineligible downfield, penalties declined, so that's going to be a 4th down.
Okay, so an eligible receiver downfield. Okay, so wrong.
Yeah.
So we thought it was intentional grounding, but it wasn't.
I need to find that Bob Mario Smith video. Welcome to my original show. I am your host, Bob Mario Smith.
I think I still have that one too.
I just got to find it. It's going to be a 4th and 8. Let's take a look and see what happens. Brad Robbins is their punter. He has 5 touchbacks. And now here is the kick, and looks like that's going to be a fair catch. And it drops the ball, but he still recovers it.
Ooh.
It looks like, and there's having a little tug of war fight for it, but it's going to go to Washington because Washington was already down. He already had possession.
Interesting.
All right. I wonder if it's commercial time. Well, first, I'm going to show this video really quick. And aren't you glad I don't do those nostalgic commercials anymore?
They were fun for the moment, but
then once it gets to the monetization, then it's like, why even bother?
Yeah.
It's like a waste of time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to lose money.
Yeah. What about that Gino's
1st and 10?
Is that your favorite video, the Gino huge pass one?
To DK Metcalf. That's my most favorite one. And looks like the clock is winding down right now. The play clock for differential and the game clock, it's about a 4-second differential from each other.
So they have to do another play.
They got to do another play. They're going to do one more play. And after that, they're going to let the clock run, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at 2nd and 9. 10 seconds left on the play clock. And here's Trevor Lawrence. He's got to get something. And are they even going to do anything? And yep, he gets it off in time. And here's Trevor Lawrence with the pass. And that's going to be completed. And that's going to end the quarter. And we are going into the 4th quarter of Monday Night Football.
Yes. Did you see next Monday night's game? It was like some junky game. It was like the Giants are playing somebody.
Something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's show my favorite moment between us so far.
Okay.
Oh, well, there's no volume right now. Yep, the clock is not moving. Oh, now it's moving. And now here's Geno Smith on a 3rd and 8. Here is the pass, and that is caught by.
Yeah!
Wait, wrong video. That was absolutely the wrong video. Okay, I gotta find it. I'm gonna find it.
Why is there 2 Monday night games next week?
Who freaking knows? Wait, I can't even find the video. Oh, here it is. Yep, the clock is not moving. Oh, now it's moving. And now here's Geno Smith on a 3rd and 8. Here is the pass, and that is caught by DK Metcalf. You have got to spike the ball. You got to spike the ball now. Spike the dang ball. Are they going to spike it? They are not going to spike it. I think they're just going to keep going at it.
And then Jason Myers missed a field goal.
That's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know that they really should have, and I'm saying it, they really should have spiked that ball.
Yeah.
Because the clock was still running. And I think had the Seahawks done that, they could have had a chance to win the game. But unfortunately, it did not happen.
So they have 2 Monday night games next week. They have the Titans play the Dolphins, and then they have the Packers playing the Giants. Should they do more doubleheader Monday nights?
No, just leave it.
I think the problem with this, you could get more audience, but you also are splitting your one audience.
You're going to split your audience. Like you'll get your regular audiences from the locals, but then what about the national audience? It's just going to split it up. It's going to cost too much.
Or should they do like an offset game where like one game starts like an hour before the other game?
No. They only do it for open. They only do it for opening. They only do it for the opening season because everyone's on the high of like watching football again.
Yeah, but what do you think about doing that? Like doing like the an hour and a half off?
No
I think
idea.
that's not bad.
You know, I will say this. The toughest month is going to be February. There's going to be not much live games to do, except maybe basketball.
Super Bowl.
But I'm saying after the Super Bowl, it's going to be tough.
All-Star break.
No one cares about that.
But there's still something there. I'm saying there is still something there. It's not like it's a dead zone. And the other thing I think about is should they like span out the games more on like Sundays and have them at more different times?
I don't know. Looks like false start on the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
And after this, I got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, but I can see them doing like a more like overlapping games instead of doing games at the same time. I think like an overlapping like hour and a half off isn't too bad. I think that would work better. Like you start one game at 6 and you start the other game at like 4:30.
3rd and 8. Bengals have got to get the stop. And now here's Trevor Lawrence. And now here is the pass going to be the... Oh, what is going on? Oh, looks like it's another false start going. A delay of game on the offense.
Should they bring in Tuesday night games?
No, stop it. Just stop.
What?
Thursday night. I hate Thursday nights.
Why?
I just do. They got a 3rd and 13. Looks like the Bengals have a really good chance to really get this ball back and stay into the game. And here's Trevor Lawrence. And here's going to air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. And is there any flags going out? Looks like there are no flags at the very moment. So the Bengals do catch a break, and they will have an opportunity to tie the game or maybe take the lead if they're ambitious enough to go for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah. No, but that's just the interesting question I have for it. It's because they stack so many games on like at certain times of the day. Are they overlapping too many games?
Who knows? Oh yeah,
That's just an argument I'm thinking, because I think they stack too many more what we call morning. Some people call them afternoon, but it's like the first games on Sunday. I think they stack too many first games on Sundays.
yeah.
Anyone else in the chat? What do you think about the scheduling of the NFL games? Would you want them to fix it, or do you like the current schedule that they have?
And that was an awful punt by Jacksonville. Thanks for pointing it out, Christian. Winston says, yeah, Mariners want to improve, but don't want to move in from anyone. Gino, Teo, Kelnick strikeout machines. That is not a bad point, but all I can say is this. If Mariners don't make any moves, then getting rid of those other guys was pointless. They better have like a really good plan in place. And hopefully it's to get the likes of Ohtani, Blake Snell, who knows?
Yeah.
Aren't you glad that I expanded? If I was stuck on Mariners, this Tom Grossi love thing would have never happened.
Yeah.
And it's a 1st and 10 so far. 12 seconds left on the play clock. And now here's Mixon. He's getting the ball, but he's going to get maybe about 3 yards on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like when I feel like there's this interesting mix, and I one of the examples I give is there's this one streamer I watch, and they're like, or there's a few streamers, but one streamer is like, okay, they might do food and drink content, and they might make food, but they focus mostly on Italian food, specifically pizza. So like they were able to do a niche, and they were able to do a niche inside a category but they weren't too nichey. Like everybody loves pizza. Most people love pizza, I would say.
Mariners was too niche, wasn't it? 2nd and 8.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is Jake Browning. He has got some time. No, he's getting pressured all of a sudden, and now he's just got to throw it away. Oh, and that was nearly picked off.
I think
we got a flag going on.
I think 2 cities you could really focus on in like, if you're going to do like sports but focus on a specific city, I think New York or LA could do really well.
If I was in that niche.
If you're in that like area, that would be a niche that could work, but then there might be more competition. Maybe a Chicago could work, you know?
I don't know. Or maybe Chicago Bulls could do something because of its name. Michael Jordan really helps.
Yeah, I know one streamer who does like Mavericks content. I don't know. They do okay. They do pretty good.
Tom Grossi's a Packer, but he still keeps it like leveled. He still spreads it out. So he's not too niche about the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
And now here is a 1st and 10, 28-21 by Jacksonville. And now here's Browning. He's getting pressured, and that is going to be caught by Jamar Chase, and he's going to get the first down. And Cincinnati, they are still getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Winston, I would like to know, like, what kind of targets do you have on the Mariners? And Epic Sea Films, are you available to do Monday Night Football next week?
Yes.
I'm thinking about doing it.
Okay.
Maybe we should do it.
Which game?
It looks like it's gonna be Tennessee, but I'm definitely doing the Eagles game. But you're not gonna be there for that, are you? The Eagles Seahawks game. It's gonna be the 18th.
I don't think I can do that one. But
1st and 10. So right now for Jamar and for the Bengals, and now here is a fake, and here's a pass to Joe Mixon. He still gets it, and he gets all the way to the first down. It looked like he wasn't going to get the first down, but he did get it this time.
So the would you rather do the Titans and the Dolphins game or do the Packers and Giants game? The Packers have more implication for the Seahawks, but the Titans and Dolphins, would they get a bigger audience?
That's a tough one, isn't it?
Because the Packers game is we need the Packers to lose, so we need the Giants to win.
Oh wow, there's 2 of them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So
and that's a 1st and
they're both
10.
on national TV.
And now here is number 30. He's going to get nothing. That is Brown, nothing.
Yeah.
Packers and Giants or Dolphins, and that's
Tennessee.
A tough one.
Yeah.
That one's really tough.
I know which one I would go for.
What would you go for? The Packers?
I go for Packers, Giants because of the implications of the NFC and the Seahawks.
Okay, well, maybe if I end up doing it, we'll do the Packers and the Seahawks.
Packers, Giants one. Yeah. Because I think the Titans,
moving.
they're already out of they're pretty much like I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. They're so far behind, and the Dolphins most likely would crush them. So
Second and 13 for Jake Browning. He is looking to pass. He's got some time. And here is the pass. And that is number 83, Tyler Boyd with the catch. And now you're closing it into a third down. I would say you should still try to get that first down. I would not want to settle with that field goal, knowing that Jacksonville's defense or offense is still quite a thing.
Anybody in the chat, what game are you more interested in for next Monday night?
Yeah, someone put it in the
Dolphins, or
comments on what we should do.
Giants. Yeah.
Maybe I'll make a poll and just to get an idea.
Mm-hmm.
And also don't forget Soto's agent. Take a guess his agent. Put it in the comments. And now it's a 3rd and 3 for Jake Browning. Does he got it? He's got looking to pass, and here is the pass, and that is dropped by Jamar Chase. And now we're looking at a 4th down. Looks like they're going to be forced to hit that field goal. Looks like they want Packers and Giants. Looks like that's going to be the consensus.
Yeah.
Because Dolphins and Titans is probably going to be a boring game. But hey, you never know, right?
Yeah, that could be the more exciting game. We don't know, but you never know. And then the Giants could pull off an upset and beat the Packers. We do not know, but you never know. The Titans could beat the Dolphins, but look at Arizona last week. They won another game. Yesterday, Arizona won. They beat the Steelers.
We got a 4th and 3. Oh my God. Looks like they are going for it because they do have that field position on the defensive end. I don't know about this. I would have rather kicked the field goal on this. And now here's Jake Browning. And here is the pass. And that is caught by Jamar Chase. He is still going. And as long as it's all the way down to the 2. They went for it on 4th down. They took the risk and it paid off.
Man, this game might be tied soon.
That is very possible.
This is getting very interesting.
This is actually a really good game.
Did you see the guy's beard? The guy's beard on.
Jamar Chase nearly dropped that too. And now we're looking at a 1st and goal. Bengals have the opportunity to get back into this game. We got a 1st and goal. Running back to the left. Jamar Chase, he's hanging around, and here's Joe Mixon, and is he going to go for that number 3? I think he's got it. Does it say he's got it? I think they're going to mark him down at the 1. They have marked him down at the 1. So I think if Joe Mixon just gets it again, I think he's going to get a touchdown on this one.
Mm-hmm. But man, look at this.
It looks like he did break that plane, though. I do think he did break that plane. Do you think he broke that plane? Put in the comments. Do you think he broke that plane? I actually think he broke that plane.
Well, let me look again. I think he might have. Let me see here.
I think nope. They're not going to do it, and I don't think they're going to challenge for it either.
No.
They're just going to.
think it's worth it.
They're just going to try to punch it in, which I'm okay with. They have 3 more chances anyway.
It should be at inches instead of 1 yard line. It should be at inches instead of 1
and here
yard
is
line.
Browning. Is he going to get in there? I think he may have got it this time. Where are they spotting him? There's still conversation is still going on. And that is a touchdown by Jake Browning of the Cincinnati Bengals. And now you're just a PAT from tying the game. Wow, Jake Browning, he just dove that in by himself. And now the Bengals are back into it.
What do you think of Jake Browning? I'm starting to like this player.
I don't know.
I see that they have some game.
He is having quite a game so far. And he just snuck in. He went right under it.
Yeah, but I think he's doing great.
But hey, guys, you guys didn't answer my question. What do you think? Who is the agent of Juan Soto? So you guys all want Juan Soto, but you got to know who his agent is. Guess who his agent is, guys? I wonder if they're going to put that under review. Okay, I'll just say it. His agent is Scott Boras, which is why I'm kind of nervous about that. Yep, it's Boras. Scott Boras. He was also Alex Rodriguez's agent as well. And we thought this was going to be a boring game.
Well, you did. I thought it was going to be closer than you expected. I said it was going to be less than 10 points. I was the one that said it's going to be less than 10 points.
I obviously won in fantasy football, so I'm very proud of myself for that.
Turning his cap back on, so they must have accepted the touchdown.
Yep, it's going to be the touchdown, that's for sure.
Wow. Well, this will be huge because they'll go to 7-6 or something like that.
And looks like you're going to lose, baby. You lost. I mean, we still did a deal with Robinson Cano. Don't forget about that.
So what's Cleveland's Cincinnati? So Cincinnati is 5-6. If they win tonight, they would go to 6-6.
I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm gonna play the video.
Okay.
Call Smith. Call Mr. Smith. Call Smith. Call Mr. Smith. Call Smith. Call Mr. Smith. Hello?
I want to quit college
Why?
because I got a bad grade.
I'll meet you in 5.
Okay.
Why are you here?
I already told you that.
Tell me in more detail.
I failed CSS 162, and it's pretty unlikely I'll get into the major.
Do you really want to be a coder?
Yes, with all my passion. But I just can't get in the program, and I never will.
Why do you want to be a coder?
Because it's something that I followed throughout my life, and I really want to use this for a great opportunity.
Why do you want to quit?
Because I just don't feel the point of just wasting all away my money and everything.
You're going to make $1 million more in your lifetime than someone who is not have a degree. Also, most people in college stay in college now for almost 5 years, so they have most likely retaken classes. It's no big deal.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. I will achieve my dream, and I'll work hard, because I will have the intangibles to do so.
Don't dream.
That never gets old. And now Jacksonville has the ball back in the offensive end. And we're going to take a look and see how this goes. Right now, Jacksonville is 8-3. If they win tonight, they will be 9-3 and will be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Mm-hmm. It seems that the Super Bowl window is pretty open for everyone. And now here is a 1st and 10, Jacksonville. He fakes it. And now here is the big pass. And that is caught by number 17. And that's going to be a first down just right off the bat. But yeah, Winston, Robinson Cano was a Scott Boras agent, which was very surprising that he ended up with the Mariners. I was very surprised by that. Even at the time, I was very surprised by that. Mm. But now that knowing that Scott Boras is the agent, that made it even more surprising.
Mm. See, so like the Rams next week have to play the Ravens. So Rams are going to play the Ravens, which could help us if the Ravens just crush them. That would just basically help the Seahawks.
And now here is the handoff, and that's going to be immediately stopped by the Bengals defense just right there. And you can see the heart and the passion of these Bengals players that they are trying everything they can to stay in this game and hopefully pull off the upset to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a big game next week. You have the Broncos play the Chargers next week.
That's going to be a big game, yeah, for sure.
And the other big game is the Vikings play the Raiders.
And now here is a 2nd and 10 And now here is Trevor Lawrence. He's going to pass. He's got so much time, but he tried to run, and they kind of sacked him. He maybe got a couple yards, but that run did not look very ideal at all. But looks like we got a flag, unfortunately. And let's take a look and see. Jacksonville, yeah, I would think that they're due. Defense, so that means it's going to be an automatic first down.
Would you put Trevor Lawrence in one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league?
I think he has a case eventually. I think it's too early, but he definitely has a case.
Okay.
I mean, we can look at the 10 quarterbacks in the league. Like, we can do quarterback power ranking if that's... Let's take a look at that. NFL quarterback power rankings.
Yeah.
And this is as of week 13. And we shall do this. I think we should do this in commercial break.
Yeah, we'll do a commercial break. Because I already know who my number 1 is, and I think most people would agree.
It's a 1st and 10 so far. And here's Trevor Lawrence. He's looking to pass. He's got it, and he's got it open to number 7, and that's going to be now in the red zone. And looks like Jacksonville, they're trying to put an end to this with 7 minutes left.
But that might be too much time for their team to score. And
that's the thing. It could be too much time. You got to hold it to a field goal or just let them score so you can have the ball back.
Yeah. And when do you risk it on a 2-point conversion? That's a whole other question.
You risk it if there's it depends on playoff implications. Now, if you have no playoff implications, then you just go for 2 no matter what every single time pretty much. And now here is a 1st and 10, and looks like there's a flag. I think that's going to be a false start call.
The weird false start I saw that I think it was last week or the other day was someone's helmet was lined up off sides. Their helmet was lining over that over the line of scrimmage. They call that offsides. A helmet. Literally the guy lined up with the helmet leaning over. Do you consider that on offsides? The helmet being offsides, part of the body, I guess, because that's your head.
Yeah. Now we're looking at a 1st and 15.
Mm-hmm.
7 minutes left in this game.
Yeah.
Doug Peterson, the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, I actually thought that was a good choice.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that Doug Peterson was sacked by the Eagles, especially when they were transitioning from Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts. And now here is a 1st and 15. There was a flag. And now here's Trevor Lawrence. He's got it over to number 0. And is he going to get anything out? Oh, he gets absolutely just hit on that one. And Ridley's going to lose a yard on that.
Yeah. Well, do you think it was a bad decision for the Eagles to ever get rid of the coach? Andy Reid?
Andy Reid? I think there was more than just a performance. I think it was just everything else that was going on.
Well, didn't they have Michael Vick at the time and stuff like that?
They did have Michael Vick, and Vince Young was their quarterback, their backup. And now here is Trevor Lawrence going for a pass, and that is caught, and that's going to be now a 3rd down. So looks like Bengals defense, they are really hanging tough. And if I'm Bengals, I would try to find a way to burn that clock as much as possible.
Yeah. Well, my question going back to this interesting thing is let's say you're a team. Let's say you're at the season right now and you're sitting at 6-6. Let's say you're 6-6 this season. You have there's 12 games in, you have 5 games left. What do? Do you decide to push hard enough to make the playoffs, or do you just tank the rest of the season?
Hold that thought. We got 3rd and 11 right now, and here's Trevor Lawrence, and he's looking. Oh, he gets sacked, and looks like the ball is out. The ball's out, but recovered by the Jaguars.
You see, he was kind of holding his ankle a little bit.
Well, with Trevor Lawrence. Oh,
yeah, look at him.
Right. Oh no!
Did you see that? Yeah. Oh no! Look at him mad. Look how mad he is. He's like, no. No.
What is going on?
That tackle. Wow. You see him take his helmet off and like you see him punch his
He just
hand on the
chucked
ground.
it. Yeah, he is really upset.
Look at this.
Oh!
See his leg go
Little
back?
had that. He made that contact, and now Trevor Lawrence is now thriving in pain right now.
Oh man.
Oh, that's not good. Not good. That really hurts.
Yeah, like who's their backup QB?
The offensive lineman stepped on his calf. That is not good.
Let me see.
Oh, well, hopefully that Trevor Lawrence is okay. That's all we can hope for.
Yeah.
Should we take a knee right now?
But he didn't fully step on it. He didn't fully step on it.
But it still really hurt.
He was really close to it. Like he leaned back on it, I think maybe. But you see how the guy's like leg. You see.
Yeah.
No, it's the way he landed on his leg. You see the way he landed on his leg. It wasn't even the def. I don't think it was the offensive guy even had an issue with it. It was the way his leg, like his leg was all the way like his knee, and then his leg went all the way underneath it, and how he landed back on that. It was the actual like.
That's not good.
The way he fell was not good.
Not good at all. And if that's the case, Jacksonville could be in trouble. Now let's take a look and see at.
Well, they're already 9-3. So should they make the playoffs in their division?
No, you don't want to. The season's still far from over. You still want to keep winning. CJ Beathard, he was a backup. He was a quarterback behind Jimmy Garoppolo while with the 49ers.
Well, let's see who's in their division. Right behind them, you have the Indianapolis Colts at 7-5, and you have the.
So they're still catching up. That could be done.
There is catch up, but they're still 2 games ahead. They're still a game ahead. So if they don't win this game, they would be. If they don't pull this game off, they'll be 1 game ahead.
Yeah.
5 weeks to go.
I did not
and
like
at
that.
8 wins. At 8 wins, they still need to. At 8 wins, they still need to win at least maybe 1 more game to make playoffs. Preferably 2 of their last 5 games. Can they pull off 2 of their last 5 games to make playoffs with not having Trevor Lawrence?
No, you cannot. Trevor Lawrence is your guy.
Playoffs. You need 10 to make playoffs.
Absolutely.
40% of your last games.
I don't know.
2 of 5 would be 40%. So could you do it?
Hold on, give me a moment. Oh wow! Oh no! Trevor Lawrence is now out of the game. It looks like now he's going into the locker room, so they're going to take a look at him. So it looks like CJ Beathard is going to take over. Oh, his offensive lineman just stepped on it. Oh, not good. That's something you just don't want to see.
Well, I don't think the offensive line stepped on it. I think he just laid back on his leg wrong.
Well, yeah, because he had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, because the other guy's like foot was still above him. I think.
Yeah,
it was really close to look like he stepped on it, but I think it went back weird.
And here's Brandon McManus. Maybe he can bail you out for fantasy. And here is the kick, and that is is that no good? No good!
No good! Oh God!
Oh wow!
Wow! I am not getting bailed out tonight. I'm getting just messed over. Yeah.
Wow, Jacksonville's really just not catching a break. It looks like the Bengals. They really now do have a chance to win this game. Wow.
Look, it just barely misses it.
I know. Your camera and your mic seems to be off sync.
Oh, they are?
It was for the moment, but wow. And now it's a 1st and 10, and the Bengals can easily just burn this clock. Oh, just not good. And just look at Trevor Lawrence, just look at that.
Well, you saw the frustration he had.
Yeah, he threw his helmet because he knew that was painful.
Yeah, but he that also shows that he cares so much about wanting to be there for the team, you know.
Yeah, because he really wants to win, and not many people would want to go to Jacksonville, but Jake Browning, 25 of 29.
Yeah.
And here's Mixon and
Trevor. The more I see from Trevor Lawrence, the more I kind of like him as a player.
No, I've respected his game. Like, he's a really good quarterback.
when he first came out, I didn't know much about him, and I didn't really know what to expect.
I didn't
And when
think he was going to make it. I
Towards
didn't think Trevor Lawrence was going to make it.
During it, because I kept seeing him in these Subway commercials. I was like, who's this guy? He's on this losing team. And then all of a sudden, the second year, he started like, he somehow slipped into the playoffs. I'm like, this guy actually has some game. And then now everybody's like, well, this team's actually not bad as we think they are.
And now it's a 3rd and 1. Jacksonville really needs to get this stop if they are going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
And now here is Jake Browning. He fakes it and looks like he's going to get a first down on that one. And he's still running and he's still going. He's got the 40, the 35, and he's going to go out of bounds. And he's still got some run out of that.
I really want Browning to win this game, even though it was like I like Trevor Lawrence. It'd be great to see Browning.
It really would. Yeah, you're not wrong about that at all.
And like at least them being in the hunt for the playoffs at 6-6. Like everybody's, you know how many teams are at 6-6 this year?
There's plenty of teams. Just like our fantasy football league, there's a lot of implications on that too.
You know what's the funniest thing? The Bengals wouldn't be at 6-6 after this game if it wasn't for the Seahawks. You know who else would be at 6-6? The Rams, because of the Seahawks. We gave teams the ability to be at 6-6.
We did.
It's like,
and now here's a 1st and 10, and the clock goes down, and looks like there's going to be a flag on there for an delay of game.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing, that we've gave teams the opportunity to be 6-6 this year.
Oh man, you just hate to see Trevor Lawrence get hurt, though.
Yeah. Well, it's sad for any player to get injured.
It is.
Like even though you might like dislike a player, you might dislike their attitude.
You still don't want to see those injuries.
Yeah. Like you know. Like even when like DK Metcalf was going through his like you know, his anger stage earlier this season. It's like,
and now we're looking at 1st and 15, and here's Jake Browning, gives it off to Joe Mixon, and he's not going to get much. That's going to be now a 2nd down and about a 13, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But what's interesting is you look at this year, how many teams are playing their backup quarterbacks this year? How many quarterbacks have gotten injured? How many players in general have gotten injured? You know, because this is a game of attrition or something like that, or a game of like stability. Like, how long can you stay healthy enough and have enough good players to back up your other players to make it work? Because that's what football has almost become.
It has. 2nd and 10 right now. We're looking at 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. The clock is going down, and looks like another flag is going on.
Oh God!
And the offense,
it's like they want to kick a field. It's like they want to kick a field goal, or almost not kick a field goal.
It almost seems like that, yeah.
It
is now 28-28. You know, that should be my reputation. Like, for the rest of the season and going into next season, I should really invest my time for like Monday Night Football. Do it very consistently.
Well, if your schedule most likely, like we talked about this earlier this year, like in October, about how Monday Night Football fits the best into your schedule, pretty much.
So I should take advantage of it every time.
Yeah.
2nd and 15, and here's Jake Browning, and he immediately gets met, and he is going to get sacked. And wow, that may take them out of the field goal range.
Yeah,
so
but
I'm Jake Browning,
still 3rd down.
But it's 3rd down, but they have to find a way to get into that field goal range. They may have lost it.
Yeah,
here was Jake Browning. No, he didn't even. He just wasn't aware of someone that was just coming right at him. That was on a blitz.
Yeah.
He just did not expect that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, it looks like you're just barely in that field goal range. If I were them, maybe try to get like 10 yards out of it, but don't expect to get a touchdown or even like a first down. But you're at a 3rd and 22.
But you could try to go for it and try to get the big yardage.
Yeah, that's the idea, but can you really?
Yeah. Because right now, would it be like a 60-yard field goal?
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering how many viewers Tom Grossi has, he has 10,000 viewers right now.
Wow. And you have what?
4. I wonder what they're reporting about Trevor Lawrence.
So they have 2,500 times more viewers than you. We're 2,000 times more viewers.
I know.
Or the other way to look
A lot
at
of quarterbacks have been out for the season. Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, Daniel Jones, Kenny Pickett, Anthony Richardson, Aaron Rodgers, and Deshaun Watson. This has been a pretty bad year for quarterbacks. Now we're looking at
That's
a 3rd and 22. And now here's the pass, and that's going to be caught. And looks like, yes, you are in the field goal range on this one. It's going to be about a 50+, but at least it's a little bit better. But Jake Browning, I mean, there's nothing, when you saw that replay, it's not like there's anything that much that Jake Browning could have done to avoid that, don't you think?
Unless they were more ability, I think if you play more often, you can sense things like that more, or you have better peripheral vision. And sometimes if your peripheral vision hasn't been practiced enough, you miss things like that.
And now we're looking at a 54-yard attempt. This is the opportunity for the Cincinnati Bengals to take the lead. 4th and 14, 3 seconds left on the clock. And now here's the set, the kick, and is it going to be good? Is it? That is good. And the Cincinnati Bengals have taken the lead on a 54-yard field goal. What a grinding effort by the Bengals. And now all they got to do, they just have to somehow find a way to stop C.J. Beathard. Can't really have a hard time with that, could you?
Look at that guy's beard. They should show. Look at the Bengals guy's beard in the audience.
Look how much work the Bengals are putting on me.
Long beard.
Look how much work.
Yeah. The Bengals, hey, like they were a 13-3 team last year, or I think they were 12-4 last year or something like that. They were a team with a good record last year. And so think about it. Without one player, is your team going to be that much worse? Like, can one player really make your team go from a 10-6, 10-17 to basically like a 3-14 team? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of the teams I talk about right now, one of the teams I think about is like the Arizona Cardinals. Like Kyle Murray, yes, they were better when they had Kyle Murray playing, but were they going to be like a championship Super Bowl caliber team? No, but I think they could compete for the playoffs if Kyle Murray was healthy. So it's like they've been semi-improved. So that was a semi-improvement, but is that an overall improvement?
Thank you, Reflect the Sun. And now let's go into the power rankings. Now you have to say overrated or underrated. Jalen Hurts, number 1.
Jalen Hurts.
I think that's where he belongs.
Jalen Hurts for quarterbacks?
Yes.
No, I think Patrick Mahomes is number 1 quarterback.
Okay, so Patrick Mahomes. Brock Purdy, number 2. I think he's way overrated.
Yeah, I think Brock Purdy's overrated.
Josh Allen, number 4.
Overrated.
Dak Prescott, number 5.
Dak Prescott, better than Josh Allen.
Lamar Jackson, number 6.
I think he needs to be higher.
CJ Stroud, number 7.
CJ Stroud's been playing good, but I don't know his numbers off the top of my head. But CJ Stroud, he's fine.
Tagovailoa.
He's good.
Russell Wilson, number 9.
I think Russell Wilson's been playing good this year. He's actually showing some game this year. Of him in the top 10, I could argue with that.
Trevor Lawrence, number 10. I think he should be higher.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert, number 11. I think he should be higher.
Justin Herbert's having a bad season.
Jared Goff, number 12. I think that's I think that's fair.
That's fair. That's fair. I think that's fair.
Stafford, I think, is overrated.
I think Stafford's not bad when he actually plays.
Jordan Love, number 14.
Jordan Love's better than I thought he would be.
Justin Fields, number 15. I think he's way rated higher.
I don't think Justin Fields is that good.
Geno Smith, number 16.
That makes sense. I can see that.
I would leave him there. Better. Yeah. Joshua Dobbs, number 17.
Joshua Dobbs? Josh Dobbs is not as good as Geno.
Baker Mayfield, number 18.
Baker Mayfield, he's falling apart.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell wasn't that bad when I saw him play. The game I actually went to against Washington.
Derek Carr.
Number
20.
Carr. Yeah, you don't hear much about him or any big plays or anything like that.
Gardner Minshew, I think, should be rated higher.
Who's Gardner Minshew? Who does he play for?
Yeah,
Gardner Minshew played.
But yes, Reflect the Sun. Thank you for bringing that up. So I'll take a look at it. And now we're looking at a 1st and 10. Here is Beathard. He's going for a run, and he actually gets some yard. Oh, and the ball is out. The ball is out, but recovered by Jacksonville. That's going to be a 1st down. Wow. Jacksonville really lucked out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the interesting question about quarterbacks is what stat matters the most? Is it their passer completion rating? Is it how many yards they threw for? Is it like how many total yards they get? Because they also run? Or was he down already right there before the ball went out? Was his knee down before the ball fell out?
No, I think the ball was out. I think the ball's out.
Let's see. Yep. I think the ball's out too. Yeah. That
But
gave
that
him more
means
yards, though.
I gave him more yards.
So that actually was a good thing. Oh, look at his hand. He's holding his hand.
Now, is
See
CJ Beathard hurt?
I don't know. Look at his hand. He's holding his
Oh,
hand.
no. Wow.
I never put on a 3rd string guy. Remember Denver Broncos like 2 years ago where they had to use like their kicker because their kicker used to be a quarterback?
There's like everyone was out because of COVID too.
Yeah. That was like the worst. Oh, but that's an interesting thing I always think about. Like one thing I'm actually getting I care more about now is passer completion rating. Like how high their passer completion rating is. I think that's a stat that people don't think about as much. But I think that's a very important stat when you're thinking about how good a quarterback is.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and I think another stat is does it matter? Because here's the question: does it matter how many yards they get on a pass? Like their average yards per pass, does that matter as much?
Who knows?
But I
No.
think the
Back to the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Will Levis, number 22. And then goes to Tommy DeVito, Kenny Pickett, Aiden O'Connell, Desmond Ryder, Bryce Young, Jake Browning. I think Jake Browning might win some. I think he might
move up. I think he's going to move up.
I think he'll. Okay, well, let's see. Here, let's only give you the quarterbacks that he'll move up, or you have to say won't happen. Will he move up against Desmond Ridder?
Yes.
Aiden O'Connell.
Yes.
Kenny Pickett.
Yes.
Tommy DeVito.
Yes.
Gardner Minshew.
Yes.
I think he's going to stay just below Gardner Minshew, in my opinion. Okay, we'll keep going from your end.
Yeah.
Will Levis. Yes.
Yes.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, no.
No. I'm going to leave him below Kyler Murray.
Yeah, right below Kyler Murray.
Right below,
Murray
yeah.
He's actually been balling and stuff like that, and their team is actually playing a lot better since he's gotten back. But
they should have just let him sit.
But they've actually won a couple games since he's been back. Like they win like 2/3 of their games now that he's back or something like weird. It's like, are they?
Oh, the latest on Trevor Lawrence. Nothing. But yeah, that Trevor Lawrence injury was not good.
Well, look at the other injury with the guy that's holding his wrist.
CJ Beathard now, yeah. But that's not his throwing arm. It looks like Beathard is still in the game.
Okay, good.
31-28, Cincinnati. And here is Beathard. And now he's going for the big one. He is going to air it out, and that's going to be not even close. And that doesn't even warrant a pass interference at all.
Was that almost offensive pass interference?
I thought there was going to be something in there. Also, CJ Beathard has 0 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter in his 30th career game.
Overtime.
So don't even expect anything out of him. So I think the Bengals might actually escape from this one.
That'd be crazy. I told you.
It would be really insane.
No, but
it is now a 3rd and 1.
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 1, and here's CJ Beathard getting the pressure, and that's going to be a 1st down, and he's still going. Number 17 is still going, getting close to the 50, nearly into their territory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, reflect the sun. If you believe that there was ref ball conspiracy against the Seahawks, okay, here is a 1st and 10 for CJ Beathard's got time, and that's going to be caught by number 17, at least 5 yards. Okay. Reflect the sun. If you believe in ref ball conspiracy against the Seahawks, do you also believe that there was ref ball conspiracy against the UW Huskies or against the Cougars? They got screwed over on that roughing the passer call. Come on. You got to be leveled with that.
No.
And now looks
here's
like first down and still going. He is still going, and looks like they are into their 20 right now. Okay, we got to focus on this game. My apologies, but now it's a 1st and 10 with 1:04 left to go. And if they score this touchdown, will the Bengals even have time to even win this game? Because CJ Beathard is now driving this ball. And they're trying to review it. Oh, looks like that he went out of bounds, so I think he's going to lose at least a couple of yards on that one.
Did he? Did he hit it?
Refs get paid to rig the game, I guess so.
No.
Nope, they're going to they already marked him down.
Yeah. But I don't think
I
don't think there's conspiracies with the refs. Everybody thinks there's conspiracies and stuff like that. You know?
1st and 10, and now here's CJ Beathard, and that's going to be caught, and looks like the secondary is just totally getting carved up by CJ Beathard. And now it's going to be, the clock is winding down. I think they're going to try to burn as much clock as they possibly can because they just want to score the touchdown once it gets close. And now here's a 2nd and 2 for CJ Beathard, and he's got it. He's in the pocket. He's going to run, and he's still going to run. He gets sacked, and you got to call a timeout. And looks like Jacksonville's going to be down to call their final timeout as long as the clock is running, which I would think it is. Jacksonville called the timeout.
But here's the question. If you don't get it on 3rd down, do you go for it on 4th or just get the field goal and go to overtime and win in overtime?
I think you got to go for overtime. But then considering the injuries that you got and then CJ Beathard, maybe you want to try to win that game. But at the same time, you want to try to get that 1st seed as well. So I think they're going to try to win the game for sure. But if it's pinned down to just a field goal, they're going to have to just hit that field goal. Oh, you're talking about Tim Donaghy. And yeah, he reffed because he had gambling. He had gambling scandals going on. And did you know that it's arguable that Bobby Riggs against Billie Jean King, Bobby Riggs threw that match because he did bet against himself. Won a lot of money off of that. And now here is a 3rd and 3. Here's CJ Beathard. He's got some time. He is going to run. He gets sacked. And there is no timeouts left. Now you got to spike the ball. You got plenty of time to do that, but that's what they're going to do is they're going to spike the ball.
Do they go for it here or do they just kick the field goal?
I think they're going to kick the field goal. Oh, looks like timeout's been called by Cincinnati. Why did Cincinnati call a timeout? I guess they wanted to have time to get in position. That's what it was. Yeah. They wanted to get in position to try to block the field goal because that's all they're left to do.
A lot of calls the refs make in a game are very subjective. Like a lot of the rules in football are very subjective on what's considered a pass interference, what's considered roughing the passer, all this other stuff. So and a lot of fans get mad when the call doesn't go their team's way.
So you think there's you think the whole conspiracy thing's always overblown? It's
overblown. I think it's overblown because people see a call, they're like,
and when there is a and when there is a conspiracy, it's like a really rare, unusual thing, and that person actually does get in trouble, and there was actually overwhelming evidence.
Yes, but when something's very subjective in society, it's hard to make a case against it. You know, say in football. When you're trying to change a call, is there enough evidence to overturn?
4th and 4, and here is the kick, and that is good. Okay. The Jaguars have tied the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you see what I'm saying is when they say when you see a call on the field and for them to overturn a call, it has to be clear evidence for them to overturn it. And if there's not clear evidence, the call has to stand basically.
And so, Christian, shout out to Christian. He said the Bengals called the timeout so they can get in the field goal range and win the game. Okay, yeah, what was I thinking?
Yeah. But do you get what I'm saying about the whole it being subjective and it being the conspiracies is overblown?
I do think the conspiracies are overblown.
Because they just say that.
Because here's the thing:
easy.
If the Seahawks, let's say the Seahawks did win that game on Thursday, nobody talks about the ref. They all move on from that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the other interesting thing about the ref whole conspiracy and everybody keeps talking about this stuff is that how fast is the game going? How many seconds do the refs have to make a decision every play? You have 5 seconds to decide if there's a foul on a play or a flag on a play. Every time the play happens, it's 5 seconds, 7 seconds.
Something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. So can you really? So how can you see something in real time and make a decision that quickly?
Yeah, it's a very tough job, I will say. And now
Yeah.
here's the kickoff by McManus, and that's going to be a touchback. The Bengals now have 26 seconds to get in the field goal range, and let's see if UW star Jake Browning can make something happen. Can you imagine this?
Yeah.
Look how big this would be for UW as a whole, where you have Michael Penix winning the game for the Huskies against the Ducks to get you into the Final Four. And then a former UW quarterback in Jake Browning drives the ball to help the Bengals win in just a span of 3 days. Wouldn't that just be something?
Yeah.
It really
It
would.
would be crazy.
It would be insane. 1st and 10, 31-31. And now here's Joe Mixon. They gave him the ball, but you got to get him outside the bounds. And now you're going to call your last timeout. I'm not sure if that was going to work. Are they going to spike the ball on this one? Looks like they called the timeout.
I don't know, they got quite a bit of yards on that. They got like 15 yards on that.
They got quite a bit of yards, but now you have no timeouts, and now you got to throw the ball every single time. You can't run the ball. You got 20 seconds left in this game, and it's very possible that we could very much be going into overtime.
Yeah, but if you think about this, if this game goes to overtime, it's like, yeah, it would be nice to win in regulation, but like at least you have a fallback. So if anything goes wrong, because maybe running it was safer than just like throwing a bad pass and having an interception and another team basically kicking a field goal and winning. You know what I mean? You see
and we got a 1st and 10 so far. They got a chance. They have about a few chances to get into the field goal range. And now here's Browning's got plenty of time. And now here is the throw that is caught by Mixon, but he's not going to be able to. And he barely just got out of bounds. But so much time was blown because Mixon had to make that extra effort just to get out of bounds.
Yeah, and it only got him like 3 more yards.
I wonder if the Bengals are going to try to kick the ball no matter what. Let's take a look and see. This is a very interesting sequence right now that is going on in this game.
Well, they have time for maybe one more play, spike the ball, and then bring out their field goal team.
I don't think you'll have enough time to spike the ball though. So I think you have to throw at the very edge. And now here's a 2nd and 7 for Jake Browning. He's got it. He's in the pocket. He's going for the dump off pass to number 87, and he gets the jump over, and the clock is still running, and that's going to be the end of regulation. Wow. What a game this has been. This has been a very drama-filled game. Let's take a look and see what happened. Bengals just happened things out of nowhere. We thought that Jake Browning was just going to just throw dinky passes, and they were somehow hanging tough. And then Tom Grossi blew up my channel, and I was not even there. I need a commercial break. I need to blow off some steam. Wait, no, we've got to wait for the... so here's the overtime rules. First period, 10 minutes, and... Missed it.
Oh, there's one period of 10 minutes, and then whoever gets the ball first, if you score a touchdown, you win, but if you score a field goal, the other team gets the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically the general rules.
And the game could end in a tie.
Yes, if the game goes and no one else, teams could score, but if both teams basically tie at the end of that based on the rules, they will give it a tie.
Looks like Jacksonville's looks like they're flipping the coin right now.
Mm-hmm.
Game should not end a tie for football.
But I get why they do it.
Why?
Do you want games to go on forever? Because you already played 60 minutes. Do you want the games to go on more than 70 minutes? It's very taxing on the body. And then having to be ready for next week after playing let's say the game goes on for
Jacksonville, they are receiving right now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I was hoping that Cincinnati would get one more shot for a field goal or at least another touchdown. So Cincinnati has now got to Cincinnati's got to make that stop. We got CJ Beathard. He is going to have another opportunity to be the hero for the Jacksonville Jaguars, considering that Trevor Lawrence is still in the locker room. He is still hurt.
Yeah. Well,
he is.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
You're saying. Go ahead.
Oh well, what I was saying was that the whole thing about like the quarterbacks and like the overtime rules it's the reason why I think there's a tie is that do you want the game to go on for 100 minutes? Do you want it to be like basically baseball where the game could go on for like, 7 hours? Because eventually you're going to have to say, hey, do you want these teams, they'll be so worn out after how many minutes? Because right now they just played 60 minutes. Now let's go play another 10 minutes. Do you want them to play another 20 minutes, another 30 minutes?
Who knows?
Would you want that? Or would you rather then go to the college rules and just have each team try to go for a touchdown or a field goal and just see how many overtimes you have based on the college rule? Do you like that better?
I don't really like the college rule either. Do
you start from like the 40-yard line? Where you start
no,
from like the 40-yard
25.
line? Oh, they do the start from the 25? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. I don't like it, but there's not really a perfect way to do it. The best way to do it is to just keep playing.
But that just takes up so much time, and it's so taxing on the bodies that you want your players to play that much longer. That's why they have the tie rule.
But if it means to win the game.
Yeah, but it's just like I get why they do it because it's a very taxing game. You've played flag football. Is that taxing?
It was taxing, yeah. I remember playing 3 games in a row, and that was taxing.
Yeah, so think about this. With pads and everything, hitting people all night long versus just pulling a flag. So that's crazy for me. Yeah, crazy stuff.
CJ Beathard, he's now having an opportunity. Yeah.
I think one rule they should change is move to the XFL extra point rule. I love the XFL extra point
rule. I like the 1, 2, or 3 rule. I think that's really cool. But I think they did. I think they do. I think they don't do that in the NFL because they don't want to cause any kind of taxing either. And now here is a 1st and 10. He passes it over to number 17, and he's gonna probably get like maybe 1 yard out of that one. We are now we have 3 hours into this show. This has really been this game is going on for a really long time. Jaguars will win the game if they score the touchdown.
What do you think of like the AFL or they call it the indoor football league with their like half field?
No. 2nd and 8. And now here is a Beathard. He throws it to number 1, and he's not going to get much on that. It's going to be a 3rd and 6.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of people wearing chains while they're playing the game?
Chains while they're playing the game? What do you mean? Like jewelry
and stuff?
No, they shouldn't be doing that. That's dangerous. So many things can go wrong with that.
Yeah, you see the guys who have it like tucked in.
3rd and 6. They've got to get this. And now here's CJ Beathard. Here is the throw, and that's going to be caught for a 1st down, and you're out of bounds right now. Mm-hmm. It's going to be the clock has stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals are really in trouble right now.
I still think the rules kind of improved from what they had before because you know what they did before? They said they used to have a 15-minute overtime, and what they used to do is they said first score wins.
Yeah, the field goal.
Yeah. What do you think of that?
I didn't like it.
Yeah. So I think that this one improves it.
1st and 10. And now Beathard gives it to number 1. And he's still going. And he gets the 1st down. And the clock has been stopped. And looks like Jacksonville, they have their opportunity to win this game.
Yeah. But it depends on if Cincinnati's defense can step up and
I don't know if they can. I think their defense is just gassed. But what a good game this has been. It's been a great Monday Night Football game. It's been coming off of teams of you don't expect. But Jacksonville, it's really about getting that 1st seed in the AFC.
Yeah. Well, my whole thing I always tell people is that any team can win on any night. You know?
Yeah, you're right. And now here, and he gets met immediately from the defense.
Yeah. What do you think of the statement like hashtag next man up or next person up? You know?
I mean, someone's got to step up for the opportunity. And the Seahawks had a beautiful system with that, with the LOB. When someone was down or suspended, it was next man up, and that next man up did very well. That was 2013 when that team was deep. Like, even when you lost Walter Thurmond, you still had Byron Maxwell. That's how deep that team was.
I think basketball has more
And don't
problems.
forget Brandon Browner, too. And here's a 2nd and 14. And here is the pass, and that is caught. Is that caught? It's a 3rd down right now. Touchdown wins the game. I think at this point, this game might actually end in a tie, just the way this game is going. And looks like he does not maintain possession, so I think that's going to be considered incomplete.
Let's see. Ooh, the ball hit the ground.
The ball did hit the ground. Nope, 3rd and 7. They did give it to him.
Okay, his arm was underneath it enough. Okay. Yeah.
3rd and 7. And now here's C.J. Beathard again, and he is getting overwhelmed. He has to escape the pocket. He's going for the big pass. Is that going to be caught? And that is caught! But there's a flag out there. Maybe there's a pass interference going on, but that is caught, and they are now in the red zone, assuming that the flag does go their way for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's on the offense, and that is going back. Wow, a holding call.
I think football has a better next man up system than basketball. I think the problem with basketball, you have too many super teams now. They have no benches.
Super teams. Like, if one goes down, you're screwed.
Yeah, because your bench is like non-existent. You have a whole good thing, and then
look what happened to the Fab Five. Fab Five was too dependent on their starters. Yeah, remember the Fab Five?
No bench.
Yeah, Chris Webber, Jalen Rose.
Oh yeah,
Juwan Howard. Great team, but their bench was absolutely garbage.
Yeah, and I think some teams are starting to learn that. Like, would you rather play for mediocre players or play for really good starters?
We got 3rd and 17, and now here's C.J. Beathard. He is going for the pass, but that's not going to get anything done. Oh, yep. But only 5 minutes left in this game.
Wow, look at the guy get knocked way back.
Wow. I think this game might end in a tie. What do you think?
It could. But the other team, all you have to do now is the Bengals just have to score a field goal.
Bengals just have to score a field goal. You're right.
Yes, Bengals field goal right now. So I think that's the big thing.
But right now they're going to have a punt.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, he's brought up, and now he's going, nice jump over, and looks like Bengals now have an opportunity. They have 5 minutes left in this game to score, or else, and all has to be done, and I'm going to quiz you. Do the Bengals have to score a touchdown, or what do they got to do to win this game?
A field goal.
Field goal is all you need.
Yes. It could be a 6-yard field goal, but that's all you need.
I wonder what happens if it ends in a safety. What if it's a safety? I think the safety also ends the game, no matter what.
Yeah, they never talk about the safety.
Yeah. And now here's a 1st and 10. And now here's Browning, gives it to Mixon. And Mixon, does he have any room? He's got just a little bit of room to get 2 more yards.
Yeah. That's cool. Because I've heard this argument before. Some people say that they do certain things and have certain calls go certain ways just to make the game more close, to make it more exciting. But they can't do that for every game because it'll look suspicious.
It'll be too suspicious. We got 2nd and 8. And now here's Browning. He's got some time to pass. And that is going to be, is that caught by Jamar Chase? That is caught by Jamar Chase. And that's going to be a 1st down. Mm-hmm. Bengals are really driving the ball. This has been a really shocking game throughout this entire thing.
Yeah, but think about this. Most teams have decent to good, most teams have good to great receivers on them. You could say that most teams have at least 2 great receivers or 2.
Tie incoming. I like what you did, Winston. That was nothing Star Wars like.
Yeah,
and we got a 1st and 10. And now here's here's Jake Browning. And he is going to throw that away.
Do you believe that every team has one great receiver on it? Oh no, one great receiver on it.
No,
Like,
not everyone
you
does.
don't think you don't think every 32 teams?
Okay,
has
give me a
great
team.
receivers?
Give me a team. Give me a team. Give me a team. And just
Well,
tight ends
like-
count. Do tight ends count? Do tight ends
do
count?
count. They do count as receivers.
Bengals have
So,
Jamar Chase. Jacksonville, I'm not sure. They have all averages, I
Cleveland?
think. Cleveland has
Who's
Amari
Cleveland?
Cooper. No, they're average.
You think they're all their receivers
They
are
are
average?
they are average. Yeah, they're average.
You don't think there's one great receiver on that team that
No.
stands out from the rest?
No.
Steelers.
No.
I don't know who's on there.
No. 2nd and 10 for Jake Browning, and he was overwhelmed, but Joe Mixon's got it, and it's going to be a 3rd down, and not so much, a bit. This has been a very intense game.
Yeah, but that's all I'm saying is most teams have a good enough receiving core that you could throw in a lot of quarterbacks and they could still do well.
Yeah,
Is
they do.
what the point is. The point I'm saying, like how bad, like what team has the worst receiving core?
I don't know. But we're looking at a 3rd and 10. Jake Browning's really got to get this. The Bengals have really got to convert this, or else they will
guy in
have.
the audience
Here is
took his
Jake
shirt off. It must be
Browning,
that warm
and now
here.
here is the pass, and that is caught. And that's
Wow.
a 1st down for Cincinnati. Fresh
And
set
that's
of
field goal
downs.
range. And that's field goal range.
That's possibly field goal range. You're right.
That's a 55-yard field goal.
That is very much
couldn't make
possible. You're not wrong
Yeah.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
Jake
Yeah.
Browning with a nice pass, and that was caught.
My dad was telling me this interesting fact about the Cowboys, where there was a certain type of field. There's like a difference between grass and turf. He was saying that like the most, like in their last like 15 years or 20 years, like most of the games that like the Cowboys
1st
have won
and
have been on a
10, and
certain
here
type of
is number
field.
30 going for the run, and that's going to be maybe a couple yards.
Hmm.
It is now 31-31. It is still tied. The Bengals have a chance, and looks like they're preparing for their field goal opportunity. That is McPherson, Evan McPherson, career long 59 yards in 2022 against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Are you more of a turf person or more of a grass person for the fields in football?
Grass is more natural.
You think so?
Turf causes injuries in some ways. 2nd and 9.
I've
And
heard
now
that
here
argument
is the
before.
pass to number 1, Jamar Chase. He does a face mask, and that's going to be a 1st down. But turf is less maintenance. But turf is expensive, but it also pays itself.
Mm-hmm.
Grass is too much maintenance, is a lot of maintenance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I get there's trade-offs for both options in the field, something like that. But I've been hearing this new argument a lot about how the turf causes more injuries or could be more injured.
It also could cause like staph infections too.
Yeah.
And now here is a 3rd and 2. I thought that was going to be a 1st down, but not much has to be done. Looks like I think they're going to go for the field goal. I don't think they want to risk losing the ball.
Well, 3rd and 2. It's 3rd and 2 right now.
3rd and 2. What would you do? Would you go for one more play?
I would go for one play, try to get more yardage so you can have a better, closer kick. Because I've seen people miss it on a 40-yard kick.
That's
He's one of the best kick
And
possible.
now looks like they are reviewing to see if he got the 1st down in actuality, or if whether he was out of bounds on that one.
Ooh, right there. He touched.
It's going to be the official review. There was no challenge on it.
Mm-hmm.
Short of the line to gain.
Yeah.
They're trying to see if it was a 1st down or not.
Yeah. Yeah. Would it be? You'd be interesting if they did like a turf grass mix. Wouldn't that be weird?
No, don't know. Yeah, that would be really weird. That would make no sense.
Has anyone ever tried that, a turf grass mix?
I don't think so.
I think they've used turf in some places and grass in other places. I've seen that before where they like will mix and match them, but they don't do them like fully mixed together.
Man, this has been a really long game. Really should have
Doesn't the
ended
Seahawks
like
do turf?
24 minutes ago.
I think Seahawks do
Everyone
turf.
everyone does turf.
Not everybody. Half the league does grass. Did you know that?
Who? Who does grass?
There's like half the teams.
New York does turf. Indoors do turf. There's still a lot of conversing going on.
Okay, let me see if I found it. Okay. Let's see the ones I have here. I have a list here. It says, let's see what they're saying here. The list, let's see. It says, okay, Arizona Cardinals have grass. Atlanta Falcons have turf. Baltimore has grass. Bills have turf. Carolina has turf. Chicago has grass. Cincinnati Bengals have turf. Cleveland has grass. Dallas has turf. Denver has grass. Detroit has turf. Green Bay Packers actually have a hybrid.
Oh, so someone actually does it.
See? Yeah. Houston has turf. Minneapolis has turf. Jacksonville has grass. Kansas City has grass. The Los Angeles Rams / Chargers have turf. Miami has grass. Vikings have turf.
Snoop Dogg has grass. What is Reflect the Sun up to? Also, while we're waiting for this review, please hit the donation button to help grow this channel. As so far, I'm at $3 so far, so help me get to $3 or $5.
Yeah. Okay. So the Dolphins have grass. The Vikings have turf. The Patriots have turf.
Oh, looks like we
Saints
have a
turf.
we have a ruling.
Mhm.
It is still short.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. So the Giants have turf, like you were right about the Giants Jets. But look at this. The Eagles have hybrid. There's two teams that have hybrid now.
Wow.
I wonder what this hybrid one is. Wow.
We're now at 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Seahawks do turf. So that's funny.
I would think that they're going to run at least one more play. And thank you very much, Reflect the Sun, for another $2. I do like that. Appreciate it very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to try to do a run play. Maybe try to get 1 yard out of this. If they get it, then they're just going to keep playing.
Yeah, they
keep
will.
running it until they get like better yards. Because why pass anymore? You don't really need to pass anymore.
And now we're looking at a 3rd and 1.
Unless you want to trick them out.
3:05 left in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really long review.
It was, but it's like looks
And
more
here
like
is
inches
Joe
almost.
Mixon, and he is going to get the first down. A fresh set of downs, and I think you could just keep. And what would you do? Would you try to keep driving it, or would you just hit the field goal at this point?
Well, you still have clock time, and don't you want to make the field goal the easiest possible for your kicker?
You want to make, yeah, you're not wrong about that.
And so the whole point is, do you want to kick like what is it still a 40-yard field goal, or is it like a 35-yard field goal?
I think it's still around the 40s.
Yeah. So do you want to bank on a 40-yard field goal right now?
No.
Yeah, because you're at the 30-yard line, so you'd have like about a 40-yard field goal, maybe 40. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now here is a 1st and 10. And they're handing it to Joe Mixon, and he's going to get at least 1 yard.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's like about a 45-yard field goal right now.
45-yard field goal could be very possible. And we're getting close to that 2-minute warning, and they're going to let it go to the 2-minute warning. And while we're waiting for the 2-minute warning, I'm going to play my sponsor's video. Actually, I got to show you something.
Do you see what
this is what happened.
Oh,
Hey, this is actually what happened. So when I do a what? Yes, get it closer. Both hands on the ball.
No. It says Reflect the Sun's $2, and it says
Martha Stewart has grass too. Yeah. Okay, here is what an NBA intro would look like. You ready for this?
Yeah. Okay.
This is the NBA on NBC.
That's the NBA on NBC intro. Doesn't that bring you back nostalgia?
No, I don't remember that times. I really didn't watch football back in that basketball back in that time. I think I started in was it the 2000s?
I guess
might have watched
so.
it in the late 90s. But when was that era when they're on NBC? Was that
Who knows? Wow, nice photos. Yep.
When do you think the NBA is going to because they say the NBA is going to have a new contract in 2025. So who do you think is going to get the contract? And do you think that the NBA is going to add 2 more teams?
I don't know. Can't really say right now. But now we're looking at a 2nd and 10, so there is no gain on that play. So hopefully Cincinnati can still make that gain. And now here's Joe Mixon. They're really just running the clock at this point, and now that's just 3 yards, and now we're looking at a 3rd and 7. I mean, what would you do on this one? Would you pass or would you run?
I would run again.
Just keep burning clock.
You could burn clock, but on the other hand, it's 90% of the time, your kicker potentially should make a under 40-yard field goal. I think if it's under 40 yards, you should be happy enough that you can bank on your kicker. But I think if it's over 40 yards, you shouldn't bank on your kicker as much. So where do you think the cutoff is? Do you think 40 yards is a good point? Or do you think it's something different?
You want to still go below 40.
Yes. Because you think most kickers will make 90% of the time make a 35-yard field goal.
That's the thing, yeah. Now we're at a 3rd and 8. It looks like they're going to they're going to give it to Joe Mixon, and he's going to actually lose yards on that. So now it's up to the field goal of McPherson to try to see if he could actually win this game for the Bengals.
He lost 1 yard there. So that's nothing.
4th and 9.
Oh, 4th and 9, they lost 2 there. Wow.
And if they miss this field goal, Jacksonville actually still has time to win this game.
I know. Because they've given them the spot where they missed the field goal out, which is the 35-yard line.
Conference leader receives the bye.
But they have no.
Cleveland's still in the wild card hunt.
Yeah, but you know what's funny about this? If they win, if Jacksonville somehow came back and won this game, what would be funny is even having a bye, they have no quarter. They have
all right
a mediocre quarterback.
Let's look at it's a 48-yard attempt for the Cincinnati Bengals, and this is going to be for the win. And here is the kick, and it is good. And the Cincinnati Bengals have pulled the upset on the Jacksonville Jaguars, but there is a flag out on the field.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! That could really be the backbreaker for the kicker. But let's take a look and see what that flag is.
Why did the guy drop a blue flag too?
Yep, field goal is good, and the Cincinnati Bengals have won the game.
Woo!
And what did you say earlier, Epic C Films? I said that this was going to be a blowout on Jacksonville's end, but look what happened.
I said that the game was going to be within 10 points, and I said that Cincinnati could win this game. I thought it was going to be more
you had them covering.
20.
You had Cincinnati covering the spread.
I had Cincinnati playing better than you think because look at this. You have your team is basically a really good team. Do you really need Joe Burrow to finish off to be that good of a team? Can you be good with just a mediocre quarterback or a decent quarterback?
No, you still need Joe Burrow.
But Jake Browning showed that he had some game and he was better than what? Would you say he's better than half the quarterbacks in the league?
No, better than a third of the quarterbacks, just by this game.
You think he's better?
Let's take a look. Let's listen to Jake Browning and see what he says.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. Definitely had to earn it. Got it done. Played a complete game on offense. Jake Browning was just amazing today. 32 of 37, 354 yards, and a touchdown pass. So a lot of credit deserves to go to Jake Browning on this one.
Yeah.
It really does. Well, I think that's going to do it for our show. I just want to say what?
One thing to say is that 32 or 37 passing is a 68.5% passing completion. 60. So no, that's an 86.5%. 86.5% is really good. 86.5.
Yeah.
That's the same.
Well,
80%.
That's going to do it. I got a
lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. So I have got to go. Once again, thank you very much for watching. If you can do any last-minute donations, that would be great. Help me get to $10 for today. That would be a success. But anyways, thank you very much for being part of the show. And Epic Sea Films, once again, thank you for being here. And I do intend to hopefully be here next week. It would be the Green Bay Packers and the Giants game. Not sure yet, but I'll keep you guys updated. And Epic Sea Films, got any last-minute advice for everyone?
Yeah, so for everybody here, hashtag don't quit your day job. Hashtag don't drink, and hashtag don't smoke. Keep your mind clear.
Yep, everyone, thank you very much once again. Everyone have a good night, and everyone enjoy the rest of your week. And
thank you
have
for
a good
having me
night.
here.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on this show. And thank you also, one more thing. Thank you, Tom Grossi, for blowing up my show as well.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Hashtag Tom Grossi.
Hashtag Tom Grossi. All right. Everyone have a good night. That's it. Bye-bye.